8th spot.
Yeah, so Jam just won the knife round, by the way. I don't know if you picked up on that one, but
No, but we'll
um,
switch in the game.
we should be in the game, yeah. So they won the knife round, and I think they're going to stay on CT.
Okay, well, looks like we're playing Dust 2 to start with. We'll grab all the videos for you very shortly. We're just waiting for the information to come through from our producer Steve. But we'll get started. Mwave CGPL Autumn 2016. It's still the first week, but it's the first time we're seeing Team Immunity take on, in their newest form, take on Jam Gaming. Take it away, Jordan.
Yeah, well, we shall see how it turns out. Obviously, Team Immunity, the ones to, I guess, watch in this scenario, but Jam Gaming as well. Interested to see how they go here up against Team Immunity, because it's not going to be an easy feat to go up against probably what was originally considered the #1 team in Australia. Right now, who knows where they're sitting, but I'd have to say they're probably within the top 3 still at the moment. Anyway, the first contact is going to come out, and it's Jam trying to defend their sites. Obviously, you can see Team Immunity on the map. They have managed to get into mid. Zusi will find the first frag, but Badge here on the B bomb site is doing a ton of work, picks up a 3k. Lots of kills going over to Team Immunity, and all of a sudden, we're in a 1 versus 1 situation. It's White up against Moe, the new player for Team Immunity. Can he clutch it out here? Oh, it's so close, and he is going to get taken down there. A nice headshot coming out from White, but wow. Nice round to start us off there, Mike.
Yeah, Badge playing, just playing the angles very smartly there. The play that he did in B site, I mean, the 3k was excellent, but the reason why he pulled that off is he gave up watching that mid side because he knew the pressure was coming through. So he focused solely on that and didn't expose himself. That way he's only able to take 1 frag and 1 avenue of attack rather than 2 or 3 being the door and the window as well. So the echo's coming out, the force buy is coming out from Team Immunity. Zuzi and Ricky starts it off very nicely with a brutal deagle headshot onto White, and that alone shows the potential and the damage that we've known from Team Immunity in the past.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see how it turns out for them. Obviously, they're on a bit of a force buy here, but their buy actually looks pretty reasonable, especially considering Ricky's managed to pick himself up a P90. I'd have to say this is going to be a dangerous round coming out here for Jam.
Certainly is. And the bomb is going out towards the pop flash, catches Steve unaware, and Ricky uses that P90 to take him out. And now it's going to be a push up onto the A side. 2 from long, 2 from short, and 1, I think Zuzi's looking at T spawn. So bomb's going to go down here easily, and there's the last 3 remaining players from Jam in mid pushing up on a short. Emag gets 1 deagle headshot, but Willie KS trades him off with the MP7.
Yeah, James just going to be spotting towards short there. He'll pick up the headshot there onto Badge as well. And wow, the Deagles reigning supreme in this round. It's Team Immunity to pick up the eco round for themselves.
Yeah, and importantly for Ricky there, he picked up an M4, and that money, Jam put all their money into that round as they probably should have, and you can see the cash now is super low. Nothing to lose here, so they're going to go for the pistol armor buy across the board. Team Immunity still running. Ricky's got the Mac 10. And it's just a general sort of standard setup. But wow, those Deagles were massive that round.
Yeah, well, on the other side of the board, Jam Gaming have decided to force up here as well. The B bomb site looking like it's where Immunity want to go. The first kill will go to Jam, so a good start for them. But they still need to hold on to that B bomb site, and it looks like that is not going to be the case at the moment. Zusi spotting in towards tunnels from T-Spawn is going to spot out a couple of the CTs, but look at this, Jam coming straight into that B bomb site, not even allowing a plant for Team Immunity, and Zusi goes down as well.
We're going to see a force back, I feel, from Immunity. They're not going to be very happy with...
I'm sure they would.
Running into that. Some nice bait play there in the B-bomb side. But so brutal is the economy on the CT side, is they're going to come up against Galils and AKs. So really not a lot has been gained by Jam here, although they are leading on the scoreboard, which of course is the most important place. The defaults come... It's just sort of lingering around here, so 2 in lower dark, 1 pushing up short, and 1 holding off long for Team Immunity. Not a lot of pressure, a lot of spam though, and actually Jam getting it done here in lower mid.
Yeah, just completely cleaning up 3 members of Team Immunity. Moe will respond with 1 onto Ghost, but perhaps a little bit too little too late in this situation, as it's now a 2 versus 4 for the remaining Team Immunity players to negotiate. But Ricky comes up quickly with a double kill there and brings it back to a 2 versus 2. And boy, Ricky's on fire tonight.
Yeah, it doesn't take much for a player like Ricky to turn the tide of a match, and he's showing his importance, his value to this immunity team early. But now, Jam using their teamwork there, both stepping out to take Ricky at once, Moe at once, which leaves Ricky last alive. But you can't rule him out for the 4K and the round win in this point in time. The bomb is in the hands of Jam Gaming in lower dark. Ricky just catches out Steve unaware.
Could have been a crucial part of this round if he had got that kill. Might have been able to close it out, but in the end, it will be Jam to pick the round up there. And Team Immunity probably will be a little bit disappointed with themselves in that round, having forced up to even get a bomb down.
Yeah, good pressure in mid from Jam Gaming again, and this is the key for them as well. They need to focus on the teamwork, focus on supporting each other, because one-on-one in terms of aim battles, they're not as strong as Team Immunity.
No, they're certainly not. And speaking of Team Immunity, they're going to be heading in towards the tunnels. At the moment, not really making too many huge pushes towards a bomb site. They do manage to get out into mid here, though, but Willie KS is going to get one. He gets traded out straight away by Moe, but the defense is good at the moment for Jam. They got the kills there, courtesy of Ghost and Badge, and this should be an easy round for them to wrap up from this point onwards.
Yeah, just James left, full health. No bomb, and he will probably get taken out very rapidly here by a pushing Jam into top of dark. And that is that, and there we go. Apologies, the HUD has just been fixed up there as well. Jam Gaming taking the 4-1 lead. We're going to the first buy round, and we're seeing Ricky picking up his favoured AWP. First proper buy gun round in the 6th round of the half.
6th round in, yeah.
Always interesting.
Crazy stuff.
Yep. So we'll see what Ricky chooses to do. At the moment, he is trying to pick mid. He tries to get a shot off, manages to do so, but is not accurate enough, and long control has been taken off here from Jam Gaming.
Yeah, lots of smokes coming in here, rather flashes coming in from Team Immunity onto long, trying to make their way out, and there's the smoke there for them to help them out, but at the moment looking like Jam's having a pretty reasonable hold, a 1-for-1 trade there. Zusi down to 6 HP though, and oh, there we go, another player going down for Team Immunity. Great hold here on long from Jam. Badge and Steve doing some pretty good work over there.
Yeah, White probably should have got a kill a little bit earlier than that, but he did quite a bit of damage onto one of the players. So Zuzi's left on 6 HP and Ricky's with him. They're both going to go together. Steve with the flashed kill with AW2 taking out Zuzi. So it's just Ricky left alive. 1 versus 4. We've seen him do things like this previous, but this is going to be quite the task even for him.
Certainly will be. He's trying to pick up that bomb over there and see if he can spot anyone out from Jam, but no one really peeking just yet. He does have a feeling there's someone there in the car and actually gets a shot off, but doesn't manage to land it and taken out in response. So Jam picking up their 5th round here, and I mean, I don't want to say things are looking bad at the moment for Team Immunity. They're down 5-1, but it's starting to, question how things are going for them.
A reasonable question indeed. The thing that I'm liking as well, that Jam, they're keeping up what they probably went in terms of the game plan into this round. Every time we say this, they just cop a deagle headshot to the face. But their teamwork has been really, really on point thus far. And E-Mag gets another one, that's 2 for the round, and he almost gets tagged from mid as well. So it's a 4 versus 3 in favour of Team Immunity on Eco.
Maybe they should just be running around with pistols instead of rifles, because it seems to be working better for them at the moment. At the moment, though, let's see if they can get anything done in mid here. Ghost trying to hold that line with the AWP, and he's doing a pretty good job of it there. Picks up the 2nd frag. Doesn't eventually get traded out by Zusi, but I think he probably did his job there.
I would say so. That was a very nice double kill there from Ghost. I did mention he was one of the ones to watch. Zusi now has decided to fall back through to long, and he is pushing up on the long side. Badge is waiting in upper dark, but he's not going to get any action. The problem for Jam here is that they're so far separated, and if Zuzi gets this kill, it's definite bomb plan.
He's going to get the grenade up there. I think it did about 2 or 3 damage to Steve, so really not a whole lot to write home about now. Steve just trying to play down that timer, waiting for his teammate, but he's going to get the shot off anyway, and it's Zusi going down. 6 on the board for Jam.
Could we be seeing a repeat of Sunday night's Corvidae Vox Seminole, where the heavily favoured and much more experienced team goes down to these new dedicated and up-and-coming teams in terms of Corvidae and Jam Gaming? Lots to go in this match, and in fact, being of course the Premier League in Australia, we are running the best of 3 format for the whole season, and it's a hard beat.
Oh, Badge, he's got to work do here. He's going to find one there. Zusi does get Ghost as well. It's going to be Immunity making their way onto that B bomb site. 2 kills in their favor, only losing one player. That was Moe. And so this could be around here for Team Immunity. They'll get the bomb down. The retake is coming on here for Jam. But it's a 3 versus 4 retake on the B bomb site, which is never good odds on Dust 2.
No, it's going to be really hard here, even if Zuzi only has 6 HP. Some utilities on Jam's side, but potentially this one has just got to sit back and hold. See if they can get a little bit of a peek there. Emag, a ridiculously tight angle, and all that's left is Steve. He's got the AWP, does the pre-fire, gives away his position, gets one but can't get the next done. Ricky coming through with a dynamic play and a double kill in that round.
Yeah, that was a bit of an interesting decision there from Jam, but I guess they have the economy to be able to buy up again, so they might have said, just, you know what, why not?
Yeah, potentially they could have saved a little bit more because, I mean, if you look at the cash scenario now, they've got no cash at all. They lose this round, they're onto their eco for sure. And they may not, in fact, reset Immunity's economy like that. And it's not a good start. Steve tagged down to 23. They tried the stair boost, looking into lower dark, to no avail.
Ricky just spotting in towards long there with the orb. Isn't going to spot anyone out, but Jam. 3 players up there on short. An interesting hold on that A-bomb site.
Yeah, the problem here is they've given up long entirely. We can't quite see what the action is from short. If they're able to, if Immunity take this like we're about to see them do, Steve picking up 1 there. He's down to 7 though. But the problem is here is that they've got 2 coming really close. He catches 1 unaware, but Ricky trades him out there as well. The A side is going to be taken. The bomb is down at long though. 2 versus 2 now. And again, Jam fighting their way back in mid-round scenarios.
Trades galore going across in that entry from Team Immunity. They're just trying to retake that bomb at the moment. They have the A-bomb site, but they need to collect the bomb, take it up here onto the A-bomb site and put it down. Jam going for the long rotate all the way to long.
It's a reasonably interesting idea considering Immunity's Ricky has the AWP and probably will be watching it, but he doesn't hit the shot.
Yeah, at least he knows where one player is. Not quite sure that they're both there now. He'll be aware of that and does manage to take off Badge's head as well. So this is going to be a 1 versus 2 retake now for Ghost to negotiate. He's only got a 18 HP there to deal with on Ricky, but it's Imagine the player that he is going to have to be more aware of. And really, this is an unwinnable situation. Imagine just going to take him out here. And Team Immunity find their 3rd round.
Yeah, Emag almost overcommitting there, but managing to pull through with his experience there. And just remember that in the Immunity team that we've seen over the last year, Emag has been the one solid, consistent performer within matches as well. So he's not going to be the guy necessarily putting up the monster frags, but he's probably always going to be 2nd or 3rd, right in the mid of the scoreboard.
Yeah,
that's
like
exactly where he is now.
Strat. Here we go, Zusi going to get the 1st frag and the 2nd, but Willie KS responds well with a double kill from Carr. Just Imagine, though, does manage to trade him out, and it's still looking pretty good here for Team Immunity. They managed to finally close it out. James picking himself up a double kill on the back end of that round, and despite that little faint ray of hope from Willie KS, Jam Gaming didn't really have much of a hope in that round.
No, and we see now, we were talking, it was 6-1, wasn't it, a couple of rounds ago? Now
Yeah.
we're back to 6-4, going on to another bye, and it's all in this round for Jam Gaming as well. The cash is all the way down to double digits in some instances, but it's their bare minimum. And another quick long push here. Zuzi is working up nice and quickly here. He's just going ham.
Yeah, I think Zusi's feeling pretty confident just by the way he's jumping in towards sites and trying to get entries, but at the moment, not working out, at least in this round in particular, as he gets taken down by White. And it's a 1-for-1 trade across the board between Team Immunity and Jam. So a 4 versus 4 situation as Immunity sort of spotting in towards long, but not really making much of a dedicated move towards the A-bomb site.
Yeah, they're going to have to work up into short and gain some territory in short to make the players up on this A site who aren't really sitting anywhere useful. They're sitting in no man's land at this point. So they're able to make up their way into short here. They might be able to get something happening, but they've chosen for the long push and they made their way across long.
Yeah, Moe jumping up in towards the side. He's going to take down Jam. Or White, rather. It's always going to get me.
White Jam?
White Jam? I don't know. Is there such a thing? Anyway, Imagine taking down Steve as well. This is not looking good at all for Jam. I'd say these two remaining players probably need to be saving here, but not going to happen. Ghost gets taken down by James, and he gets traded, I guess, for Jam there, but still, I think having another gun might have been perhaps a little bit more useful in the gun out of James's hands.
Yeah, you're right there, and now they know roughly where Badges is going to be able to come on in and lock him out, and then they're on the hunt, and they want to do that to punish Jam's economy as much as they can. Being the 4th round in a row that they've lost, they'll pick up 2,900 at the end, which is not enough to buy, but they might be able to get out a pistol armor buy. And Emag just being a little bit of a pest there, really. Just nipping at the heels of Badge until he eventually goes down.
Alright, so 4 in a row there for Team Immunity, and something needs to change here for Jam. Not going to be this round, though, as they're going to be forced on the eco.
They did try something different last round in their defense. They did try a mid push, but it was promptly punished by James, and I guess Immunity is stepping into their stride here. Now, this is also a good play from Jam Gaming. I feel they've put 4 towards Long and just the 1 in B. Long has been an area that Immunity have been trying to punish and exploit early in rounds, but Steve will have none of that with the smoke shot through to long doors, and Immunity, on the other hand, decided, no, we picked up on this, and we're going to drop out, go to mid, and head back towards B.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much here that the Jam players can do.
Oh, they can
James.
die.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really what you'd want to be doing, but that's what happens in the end, and the scoreline has been equalized 6-all here. So Team Immunity really, as you say, getting that ball rolling after that reasonably poor start. Everything seems to be all sweet in the Team Immunity camp now.
Certainly, and the economy is looking good on Ricky as well. He's got 9,000. The double AWP setup, so like you said, something needed to change here for Jam Gaming, and you know, both Ghost and Steve have been good early on with the AWP, but Ghost isn't going to get anything here. Zuzi manages to pick him out of mid, AK versus AWP.
Yeah, and that's going to give complete mid control there to Team Immunity. They're going to wrap around in towards B. Sort of a split onto B, and I mean, they don't really need to worry too much. All those players from Jam are down, and the A players are the only survivors. Willie KS will go down there to Ricky as well, who's sort of on the lurk in mid.
Mm-hmm. And this round's really over before it begun. It just, yeah, they've got no choice here. Obviously, 5 alive in the B site. Well, it was 4 in the B site and 1 at the top of mid being Ricky. But in that scenario, it's low percentage at best to try and make that happen. You're going to have to rely on some form of incredible display of skill. And like we've already mentioned, that the skill probably sits on Immunity's side rather than Jam's.
Well, Jam just trying to do their best to keep these guns alive at the moment. Jam will lose 1 player, though. That's White going down to Moe. See if Steve can survive. Not quite. He goes down just at the end of the round. So a little unfortunate for Jam there. They're going to be forced on an eco once again.
Yeah, even with the extra cash bonus, having 3,400 after the 5-round loss, they're still going to have to eco this one. See on familiar names towards the top of the scoreboard for their teams, at least. Ricky on Immunity, and Zuzi is up there. He's been a heavy fragger for Chiefs in the past, and he hasn't slowed down at all for Team Immunity, picking up 10 frags already this half. So just pistols on Jam, and again, they're just sort of playing and trying to take Angels at the moment, and I think they're a little bit rattled in some instances as Ricky takes a pick on the B side. Willie KS trades into mid, but he's going to get caught out pretty soon, I see. The B push still comes in. Willie KS managing to get a second. Ooh. Just these pistols plays by Jam are just being huge.
Yeah, I mean, the unfortunate thing is that despite the fact that they're getting a few kills in the rounds, they're not being able to close them out. So we'll see if they can close this one out. You'd have to bank Jam Gaming in this situation. It's a 2 versus 1. Ricky, though, as you kind of mentioned previously in his previous clutch, he's always the kind of player that can come up with these huge rounds. So we'll see what happens. He's gone for a very long rotate across through CT in towards A, and he's going to come around from Catwalk.
Mm-hmm.
Might catch Jam off guard.
I think they've got a pretty reasonable setup here, because Steve's not been showing from low duck, so he should be able to pick up Ricky here pretty easily. And there it is, in fact, with the AK headshot. And that's going to allow them to roll with a double AWP setup, which they've tried once before and got shut down pretty heavily. But you know, this could be a little bit different, and we'll just see whether they pick to put those AWPs. 7-all is the scoreline last round of the half. Moe picking up AWP now as well. Doesn't get the tag across mid. And
Yeah,
Immunity this time, sorry, Jordan, not choosing to try and get into the long quickly, which is now where JM Gaming have put 2 players early on. So they're probably a little bit slow to adapt here to what Immunity have been doing. But I guess that shows inexperience and inability to read the game very well.
It's quite interesting there that Immunity had the AWP on Moe for the cross, and then as soon as the cross was done, they gave it back to Ricky. So
Spawn-based pick.
Yeah.
So Ricky had the worst spawn for it. And Moe is a very good AWPer. He's been able to AWP very strongly for Vox Eminor, his previous team, all through the second half of last year. And he's such an experienced player through Source and whatnot as well.
Alrighty, so now Jam going to have to once again defend that A bomb site. Only really Steve here on the defense. You can see really KS, he's in CT, but it's going to take him a little while to get into a position where he can have any sort of an impact. And, well, as I say that, he managed to get there, gets a double kill as well, and pretty much shuts down the round there for Team Immunity, but still 2 players alive. We'll see what they can get done. Willie finding his 3rd for the round, and it's only Zusi left in a 1 versus 5 situation. We know he's really quite strong in these clutch situations, but not going to be strong enough in that one.
Not at all. 8-7, a great half from Jam Gaming. We know how well balanced Dust 2 is a map competitively. You're probably looking at 8-7 either way. So Jam Gaming going to be really happy with that effort, and Steve is going to be pretty proud of himself, going the highest fragging on the server at the moment with 17, and Willie KS following up with 13, 11-9, and Jam White picking up. And to answer your question before, you probably can get White Jam. I'm sure it is a possibility at least. The things that you can do these days, maybe white peaches, maybe make a white peach jam, perhaps.
Immunity are pushing tunnels, and they're just not going to spot Jam, I think. I'm pretty sure they didn't spot Jam out there. If Jam can get in mid and get into B,
they're going to get massacred from behind here.
Let's have a look. Ricky's going to peek around first. He'll spot out 1 player, does get the quick headshot there. Probably could have gotten second if he had had a little bit more trigger discipline there, but still takes it. And, I mean, 1 free kill, what can you say? You're not going to be disappointed.
Yeah, they're really smart players. They didn't overcommit to that scenario in lower mid there. And they backed off straight away. James picking up, what's that, 2nd for the round? And Ricky coming through with 2 as well. And in a flash, 4 still alive for Team Immunity, evening up the scoreline 8-8. And this first match of a best of 3. Mwave CGPL Autumn 2016 season, proudly brought to you by Cybergamer, Netgear, Plantronics, Logitech, AK Racing, and Turtle Beach. So these guys are making our coverage possible, and we thank them a lot for that. And Team Immunity now looking a little more comfortable, like we said. It's going to be as to whether Jam are able to get into these frags and break in properly. They've gone for a pistol buy, no armor, a couple of flashbangs, so we're going to see a set play. It looks like they're moving up towards short, and they're going to try and bust up on the short, but it's not a good idea because they have a bait play Immunity, that is. They have EMAG at Goose, and Moe will be baiting them out.
Well, historically in this game, Jam's pistol rounds have been pretty good. They're eco rounds, so we'll see what this one turns out to be. It's going to be Moe to start us off, though, and imagine and James chiming in as well. Everyone from Immunity picking up a kill, then Ricky finding a double kill. So Zusi misses out, but still a good round for Team Immunity.
Yeah, just the flash is not quite doing enough onto Moe. He was able to spot the drop pretty quickly there and just chime in with a couple, and then straight away just a turnaround from the B-bomb site to provide support into CD spawn. But it was good to see Jam Gaming trying a different strategy. Not just a straight A rush, but trying to break it up and perhaps catch a member of Immunity unaware. So it's good to see not only that they're White getting a wonderful one Deagle onto Zuzi there at the start. And again, these pistols are proving pretty strong.
Yeah, well, the Deagles in particular have been pretty standout in this game. But we'll have a look across the board. Jam Gaming have managed to find themselves a couple of guns here. Willie KS, though, still sitting on that P250. And this is still an opportunity for them to be able to get into this round somewhere. But finding those 1 versus 1 duels is probably not something that they want to do.
No, certainly without armor, it is a bad idea. But they're going to choose to stick with a push into mid. Emag's waiting. He's going to lap this up.
Yeah, picks up that one there. Possibly could have been a dangerous situation for him. if he had found the 1 versus 3, but manages to get the 1 versus 1 there, and now drops down into CT. This is not going to be good at all for Jam. EMAG knows exactly where they are. I don't think they're going to even have the opportunity to get the bomb plan here. Ricky with the jumping shotgun should probably be able to stop him, and indeed he does. So good work there for Team Immunity to close that one out without losing another player, actually.
Yeah, actually you're right there, and Ricky's coffers are looking pretty full there as well. The $900 kill amount coming from shotguns. It's the reason why he's rolling with that weapon, so he can buy his AWP. But Steve has one on the other side as well. And we're going to see the boost up on the short early. It's just going to be, it's going to be Ricky getting boosted up as well. We're going to try that boost look into lower dark. We'll see whether Jam have a setup to counter this sort of strategy.
Willie KS might fall into that trap, does spot out the boost, doesn't actually go down either. So a good result in the end there for Jam, a little bit of information, and you know, they don't lose anything for it either.
The KS just using a couple of utilities in mid to try and bait a player off from the A side, it looks, and this is successful. Badge also, you see on the screen, gets a great headshot onto Zuzi, who is sitting at the back of B. That's going to cause a rotate and a stretching of the CT defense here. As you can see, one of the players has moved into the back of B, leaving one in mid, and now all these battles are isolated for Jam Gaming. This could be a good thing. They could use their trade prowess that they've shown in this map so far to be able to break through this immunity defense.
Yeah, well, this would be their first round of this half, but so imagine he is going to equalize, makes it a 3 versus 4 as he gets the double kill there, and in the meanwhile, Ricky as well from long is going to find White, so all of a sudden, Team Immunity coming straight back into this round. It's now a 2 versus 4, and Jam Gaming, from having such a great position to be able to pick up a round, are now really in a situation where they've almost got no hope.
Yeah, the mid-round place is not going in their favour. Stepping out to long, no flashes, no smokes. A little bit of a risky play when you don't know where that lethal AWP of Ricky's is. Now they're going to try and push up onto short. Got a few utilities left, so that's something they got going for them. But they've played themselves. Yeah, I was about to say they've played themselves out of this round in terms of time. And Steve picks up Moe, but his position is up, and they're probably going to punish him, monetary speaking, if they kill him afterwards.
Yeah, I think that's certainly the option of choice here for Team Immunity. Steve will get taken, still will get one frag. Actually manages to survive there, so perhaps a little bit lucky there.
Yep.
But I guess you need a little bit of luck when you're in a situation like that. So
now they should be trying to work off Steve's AWP here, and he is heading. He's just sitting at spawn at the moment, and he's trying to play ball with Ricky, which is admirable that he thinks he has the ability to take him on. You got to back your skills in this game, otherwise you're going to lose potentially. And Ricky's making light work of Ghost at the top of mid.
Yeah, Moe just peeking in towards mid as well. He's going to pick himself up a frag. Team Immunity just going about this one in kind of like a methodical way, really not really taking too many risks. I guess as I say that though, Ricky decides to peek mid doors and gets punished for it. So double AWP set up now for Jam. Are they going to be able to come back into the round with this? It's working out so far, but there you go. Steve missing a shot is going to get taken down, and Badge as well misses his. Imagine finding himself a double kill.
Again, picking up another double kill is Imagine as well. So he's 4 frags behind Ricky, who's on 24, which of course, doing the maths, makes EMAG on 20. And Steve still topping on the Jam side. So again, with the buy they're able to do, they're picking up the double AWP setup again on T. This makes them a little less flexible than they probably want to be against a team like Immunity. They're going to have to be able to exploit any potential hole they find in the defense quickly. And with the double AWP setup, that's going to sort of not quite allow them to do such a thing.
No, is Immunity going to go for a push here into bedroom? Looks like Ricky's setting up a pop flash. And I guess across the map you can see Moe has managed to find himself a frag there. Imagine indeed did push into bedroom, picks up White as well. So Team Immunity working well across the map. Both sides really defending themselves.
Yeah, again, it was just sort of a peek into the B site with no real information or flashes or whatnot going in from Badge. He's just letting himself get exposed to potentially an AWP. Little did they know that there's 2 AWPs, Ricky being along like he has, but he gets taken out, caught unaware. Just poor timing. Not necessarily poor on Ricky's behalf, but poor timing for him. And this has put it into a 3 versus 3 scenario. James getting the info at long there. He's just going to smoke it off to delay any potential push there. Jam have got the beast bomb site and they're rotating around, but Immunity have sniffed it. They know what's going on. They can see what's happening. Zuzi just trying to walk up, trying to catch someone on the cross. Willie catches him out, and this is going to put it onto a 2 versus 3 for Immunity.
Yeah, really good situation there for Jam. Always going to be tough to get into that B bomb site in a sort of a even players situation. So Jam making their best of it, and they pick up their first round of the second half after 5 in a row from Team Immunity.
And then Jam are going to have to be careful now that they don't get their money reset and put themselves back onto pretty much a hard eco, I would imagine. Steve has to spawn, and he's going to take at least control of the long area. Immunity rolling around, trying to do a little bit of pushing here. Badge is aware that James is through here, so this should be an easy kill for him, and he takes it, and he backs off pretty much straight away.
Yeah, really nice work there from Badge. Gets the opening pick, and we'll see what they can do as the result of it. At the moment, they're just going to be picking up kills across the board, and very easy round coming out there for Jam. They do lose Badge there, but, you know, I'd be happy with that round there.
Yeah, 1 death is fine when you have 4 staying alive. 10-12 is the scoreline. Jam just starting their comeback here, proving that they're not quite, haven't been played out of this match just yet. But the double AWP set up again on CT side looks like it's something that Immunity want to roll with pretty regularly. At least on Dust 2, where those AWPs can be so lethal.
Oh. Okay, interesting setup across the board here for Jam. Almost a little aggressive in towards B there. Badge is going to make a good use of it as he picks up the frag there onto James.
James just going for the just going for the information play there. Really, it was probably a little bit early in the round, I thought, and now they've isolated Ricky, who's is probably the best player on Immunity that you want in this scenario, 1 versus X, with a couple of sites to watch. Badge spots him out from the top of that box there, and that's going to be the B site done and dusted. And Immunity should not try and go for this retake here, unless Jam want to volunteer their lives as some sort of Immunity tribute.
I don't think they're going to be wanting to do that at all. We can see them just sort of sitting around in the B bomb site here, and you've got White running around in a bit of a alert position. He's going to get caught off guard there by Zeusy, and I think Team Immunity are just going to be happy with that, as you can start to see them all really falling back a little bit on towards that A bomb site.
Yeah, and you can notice that in this scenario there, Jam Gaming's economy is probably not quite as strong as they like to be, and that's why they're not really committing to trying to take on these aim duels and take the weapons out of the hands of Team Immunity. But they are going to pick up their 3rd round in a row, bringing the scoreline to 11-12, the 12 being on Team Immunity. And the second half of the first map is best of 3 in Mwave CGPL Autumn 2016 season. Still week 1. And there's a couple other games going on as well, and you'll see all the coverage on all the Cybergamer channels. But stick with us, because this is turning out to be a little closer than what we originally thought it could be.
Yeah, I mean, starting to heat up here. We're getting into, I guess, a bit more of the pointy end of things. And Jam, obviously, I probably wouldn't have said I'd think they'd get 11 rounds here. So
yeah, we didn't quite get enough time, surprisingly, for Australian Online Counter-Strike. This game started pretty much on time. And Immunity going for a different play again, but White is waiting for it, and he's picked up that there's a second person there as well. So Ricky trades back into mid. Immunity now doing the percentage play and dropping off long a little bit. Not trying to overcommit, trying to overpeak there after Zuzi got punished pushing long. But Moe is going to go back in.
Yeah, they almost look like they want to push this smoke, but just deciding I think the better of it. As you can see, they're starting to rotate off there. Imagine is actually... Oh, okay, I see what they were doing. They were boosting up on the boxes.
That's a play. Good play.
Yeah, really nice play there. As you can see, White goes down. Easy kill there for Imagine. Didn't lose anything for it. And it's back to a 3 versus 4. Double AWP set up as well for Jam. So it's going to be pretty tough to get into either of these bomb sites from now.
Yeah, they're going to continue with this long push there and hiding away at long as EMAG. And he's going to be sitting behind the blue box there. I do want to talk about that little boost there and the role that Moe gets into it, but at the moment the double AWP set up at long, the flash comes in and it gets ruined there by EMAG, picking up yet another double.
Spot.
He loves the double kills as well. That's about his 4th double kill in this half already, and it's just Badge alive. He's on the A side trying to get it done, picks up Moe, but that is all for the round. So in that, the point that I want to make just quickly reference Moe and boosting EMAG up on there, that Moe's obviously going to take a slightly different role in the team than he had in Vox Eminor, because he's not going to be that necessarily have to be that hard carry player that he was in Vox Eminor, in that the star role player, etc.
Yeah.
So already he's adjusted, and James just not having a lot of luck in this half.
No, Ricky also got tagged through that, I
Yeah,
think.
he did.
So, really nice shot coming out there for Steve. Gets 1.5 more than he probably should have. But anyway, Willie KS as well. He's going to jump in there, takes down Moe. So it's a 3 versus 5 situation here now for Jam. But again, Team Immunity have already been here, and they were actually able to win the round from this point on. So can't write them off just yet.
Jam not being... It looks like they originally looked like they were going to go for the contact play, get their first pick, try and put some pressure on mid, isolate the single player left in the B-bomb side, but they've decided to slow it down here again. And the end result is that Immunity have actually dropped back out of that mid area and leave it pretty much completely open. And now they're watching long and short from A and Goose rather, and A long car area as well. So Jam now opting to push out through mid and still putting pressure on B. Zuzi's going to be watching across, but Ricky picks off, or rather Ricky gets picked off there, and this is all over. This is going to be Jam's round for sure. 5 left alive versus only 2, and Zuzi on 35 HP. That was a very well measured and paced play from Jam Gaming, and that's showing a little bit of maturity beyond the years colloquially speaking as a team.
Yeah, so the objective now for Jam Gaming is 1, to hunt these Team Immunity players down, and 2, try and save as many weapons as they can, give themselves a good springboard heading into the later stages of this map. And unfortunately, Team Immunity are going to get 2 kills there, courtesy of Imagines. So probably not working out the way that Jam would have wanted it to.
No, but they still have opportunity to pick off the last 3. But if they lose, well, they shouldn't be committing either of the AWPs at this point. It's too much of an investment, particularly Steve, considering he has a Molotov and 2 flashes to go with his armor and AWP. EMAG picking up his 3rd there, badge getting picked off, and Ghost has finally got the message and decided to say no. EMAG's too much of a beast in this scenario, and he's going to fall back off, and EMAG's actually overtaken Ricky at this point for 28 frags. So pushing for the 30 bomb with 5 rounds left.
Alright, well, despite losing those 3 players, obviously you can see Jam have been able to rebuy here. So they've got a full buy coming into this round. Team Immunity, on the other hand, looking a little bit worse for wear. A few pistols across the board. Obviously saving those 2 rifles is going to give them a bit of an opportunity in this round, as we can see Zusi starting to push up in towards mid. He's going to get a lot of damage across onto Ghost, but eventually goes down there. Imagine, who came in to back him up as well, does go down to Steve. Really nice work there from Jam, and both the rifles down for Team Immunity already. So this is looking 10 times easier for Jam now.
Yep, money for Jam. Literally, in this round, they will win this one and go on unless something devastating happens. And Ricky is the person to make devastating things happen for Team Unity, as we've mentioned a few times, but this again should be out of his reach. All they have to do is be in scenarios where they can potentially trade. I'm not sure what that Molotov was for, to be honest.
Oof, Ricky gets himself 1 there. It's a 1 versus 3. Ghost is pretty low, and again, Ricky, one of those players that can probably pull it off if he set his mind to it, but I think at this point it's a good idea to go back and save, as that's what he's doing.
Fragging isn't everything in Counter-Strike. It's a great deal, a great portion of it, but using your mind and doing the percentage play will more often than not pay dividends for you in the long term, not necessarily in this particular round. So really, again, Immunity, there's Jam Gaming nipping at their heels. In fact, they're going to even up the scoreline now. And Immunity probably going to be able to buy reasonably well here. Zuzi's going to be 3,300 on Zuzi. Yeah, Zuzi's going to be a bit short. The economy's looking good on Jam. So they are going to buy up, and they're going to invest large. Of course, so Ricky had the AK, dropping it for Zuzi, picking up the AWP as well. So double AWP set up on both sides, 4 AWPs, classic Australian Counter-Strike. We'll see who comes up the best.
Not a whole lot of utility here on the side of Team Immunity either, though. So they want to make sure that they don't let anyone in towards these bomb sites, otherwise they won't have anything really to retake with apart from their aim.
It's a pretty good weapon that they do have, although Jam Gaming have proven that they can probably match it, at least tonight they can match it with them. One thing that Immunity have been doing, which is important to highlight, I feel, is they haven't been doing the same thing over and over on their CT side. There have been a lot of variance in how they're playing and how they're deciding to change up what they're doing. And you can see that again now. They're playing 2 in B site this round, 1 in the CT spawn, who's going to be your rotator between the 2 sites, that being Zuzi, 1 towards long, and Ricky's trying to hold off that short position from long. So they're giving up short in terms of territory, but they're not losing it.
Oh, James, a bit of damage there. Does manage to get the frag. Down to 7 HP though, so he needs to be careful getting in towards the later stages of this round. Ricky is going to pick up Steve as well.
Again, there's just a couple of plays here. We saw this earlier in the half. Jam Gaming just trying to make the way through mid here. The spam comes through there as well. Ricky coming 1 and James picking up 1 from the window as well. So Jam again just showing on occasion they're a little prone to a few mistakes or a few plays that are probably low percentage, and that's just sort of peaking without necessarily putting a flash down or having an AWP to pick with in those sorts of scenarios, and just exposing themselves to get a shot, which is exactly what has been happening. So Immunity pick up their 14th round. Probably not as they'd like to have get it done, Jordan, but it's starting to get there for them. Still got 2 to get.
Yeah, well, Jam have got themselves a full buy here as well, so they're going to be going hard into this round. Obviously, this is kind of the do-or-die situation for Jam. If they don't pick this one up, then 15 round on the board for Team Immunity might just be a little bit too much to come back from.
Similar setup from Team Immunity, although again a variance as well. James is flooding in CT spawn with AWP. Ricky again playing from similar position at car. Really, KF's not quite hitting that flashbang there. And really, Jam at this point appear to be waiting for a push of some description from Team Immunity, but Team Immunity aren't going to bite. They've been burnt a couple of times this half with that, by pushing it unnecessarily, and instead Jam Gaming are forced to make the play, and they're going to come and contest with Ricky's AWP from a long car area.
Team Immunity have a couple of players spotting in towards mid, but the main attack is going to come in towards the A bomb side through short. It's all down to Ricky, and I mean, if you had to have one player from Team Immunity holding that area, it would probably be Ricky. He does get smoked off there, but Mwave is going to get Willie as he jumps down into CT. Looking like Jam finally will be able to pick up Ricky there as they enter in towards the A bomb site. This is not looking too bad for them, actually. They've got a couple of players pretty low for Team Immunity, and they have control of that A bomb site. The bomb down as well, so things working in their favor. The grenade goes down, picks up Jam as well. Or Ghost, rather, is going to pick up Imagine. Zusi coming around on the lurk from behind will pick up White, but Badge is there to take out James, and it's a 1 versus 3 here for Zusi to pick up the 15th round for Team Immunity, and I dare say he's not even going to be going for this.
Nope. Not even slightly. Well, maybe slightly. Looked like he wanted to peek there. I thought Immunity were going to be able to retake that one. They had some good positioning. Jam was sort of stuck only on the side itself, and then back in towards the short area. But really some good post-plant grenades came in through. That we saw the nade kill there onto one of the players. And that was a really good play from Jam Gaming. Again, doing the right things, the things that you should be doing, burning up your utilities. If you're at the end of a round and you have no utilities left, unless it's been some sort of eco-slaw round, it's probably an opportunity where you could have used that to your advantage and make sure that you're actually using the investment that you put into a round. So Immunity on the force.
Yeah, the bad news for Team Immunity is they didn't really have a huge amount of money heading into this round, and as you mentioned, they're really strapped for cash. A few of them, or 4 of them, actually opting for only the regular armor, which is okay, but an SMG and a CZ and then a FAMAS as well. So Team Immunity just hurting a little bit in the weapon department.
Jam Gaming playing patiently again. Immunity trying to retake along here, and Ricky trying to solo down a bomb site as well, and there's nobody in mid this round from Team Immunity, and that's a pretty good read, I feel, because Jam Gaming haven't put a lot of pressure on the mid recently, and you can see it's going to be an A hit.
This is an important round here for Team Immunity, but we'll see what they can make of it. Ricky is just getting mollied off a little bit out of his position, but doesn't take too much damage for it. Willie KS will get 1 for 1, but that's not worth it because James is going to use that opportunity to pick up the AK there. So a gun in the hands of Team Immunity. White, though, is going to take down Imagine, who's trying to come around from behind. This is so tense at the moment. 3 versus 4 here for Team Immunity. Badge is going to pick up Ricky there as well. A big, important frag there on the A bomb site. Double kill for him, in fact. And Steve will close out Jam 15 for Jam.
15-14, Jam Gaming now on the verge of a big upset in this, for the first map of the best of 3 as well. Great lurk there by Badge. Very patiently waiting. You could hear the sound cues coming from another player. It was a really smart play from him. And now again, because Immunity lost that round, they've got a woeful bye. Jam Gaming just need to do what they have been doing and play patiently and wait for Immunity to push through. And they're going to be able to take away this first map rather, in this best of 3 match.
Alright, we'll have a look towards Long and towards Bedroom here. It's going to be White. He's doing the lion's share of the work here for Jam. Finally manages to pick up a frag after going for a huge spray down through the wall. It is Imagine going down, and then he's going to go for another spray down, not quite landing the shots that he needs. James will take out Steve. I think that was in lower tunnels, but at the moment it's going all the way of Jam. Willie KS will pick up Moe. Zusi down to 6 HP, so he shouldn't necessarily be playing too much of a part in this round. Ricky gets caught with his back turned. Zusi does manage to trade and picks himself up an AK, but again, he's on 6 HP, so what more can he do in this round?
Despite all that action going down, there's still 57 seconds left on the clock for Jam, and they, like I said, HP advantage and man advantage, 1 up on that. Willie KS has been really good on the lurk there the last few rounds, just picking off a kill at B and just halting their rotate a little bit more than Immunity would like to have, and they're going to pinch in. He's going to come through behind here and pick up James there, and that is the first map going to Jam Gaming, 16-14.
Wow. Who would have thought?
Jam Gaming, I suspect, would have thought.
But
they'd be about the only ones, really. Great play.
That is interesting. Anyway, we might quickly head to a break if that's possible, Mike.
We're not going to go to a break. In fact, your lovely webcam is back on the screen there. Know how I didn't say face, but I said webcam.
I see.
Yeah, it's like that. That's the way it is. Second map looks like it'll be Mirage, so that'll be good. Wow, I'm not entirely lost for words, but Jam Gaming showed some. I said at one point during that cast that they're starting to show a little bit of experience and maturity, a little bit beyond what we probably would expect from a team who is on the rise like them, who are in the position that they are. But they showed some great patience at times, and they showed they've got potentially the aim to mix it with Team Immunity.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a strange game across the board. A lot of force buys going one way or another and that sort of thing. So, you know, again, it's also a new lineup there for Team Immunity, so I don't know how much we can necessarily read into it.
Yeah.
But it's still, I mean, it's you can't really debate the fact that, of course, Jam were better on that map, 16-14. So the underdogs reigning supreme in the first map there.
Yeah. I think it's pretty fair to say that whilst we don't have the video information, hopefully producer Steve will pass that one through to us. That would have been Jam Gaming's pick, because the second map is Mirage, and you don't pick Mirage going against Team Immunity, even if they've had a recent roster shuffle lineup. The core is still there, and Immunity's best map for a very long time has been Mirage, really, even though they don't get to play it that often because everyone vetoes it out. So potentially a mistake strategically speaking coming in from Jam here. But they're 1 up, so you know they've got a little bit of flex to deal with, and we'll wait to see what the third map comes through with as well. Who did you see on Jam Gaming? Who was the player of that map for you?
Well, I mean, I think it's hard to go past Steve, isn't it? When I looked in the last round, he was on 27 frags. I don't know how many he got in the last round. I don't think he ended up getting a 30 bomb. But you can't really, debate the fact that he was coming up pretty huge for his team there.
Yeah, certainly. I think, well, I mentioned towards right at the end there that Willie KS was doing some really great lurking there towards the end. He was really playing through the smokes onto the B-bomb site and holding off the rotate there from James or Ricky, whoever happened to be playing in that B-bomb site. So that was really critical as well, because that sort of stops the ability of Immunity to really just sort of rotate and get numbers and defend against a couple of players that are coming in from on the other side from Jam Gaming. On Immunity, I guess player for me was probably Emag, was really keeping them in on the CT side. Whenever they were winning rounds, Emag was popping up with a double. But of course, Ricky was also equally impactful on the scoreboard. But I think, sorry, just before you jump in there, the point I was trying to make before about Moe, he didn't quite get enough time there. That in that role that he had in Vox Simulator, he's a hard carrier. I stated that as well. But from what you can see already, he's willing to pick up the second AWP on the CT side, which is something that I expected him to do. But also he's willing to play this different role within the team, and that shows a bit of maturity and the experience that he has, that he's going to come in and realise that he isn't the star in this team. It's Ricky. Ricky's been the dominant player of Immunity for quite some time now, and he has that insane level of skill cap and movement with AWP in particular. So it's good to see that Moe is able to come into this team and go, yep, all right, my role is changed now, and is able to sort of pick up and start doing that already for that. So experience and showing through for Immunity, and that's good signs to come if you're Immunity, or if you're a Team Immunity fan.
Yeah, of course it is. I mean, we'll have to, I guess, wait and see a little bit more how Moe sort of starts to develop into this more supportive role, because obviously it is kind of a big difference jumping from being the star player to being the support player. So we'll see how that develops as, I guess, the season continues as well. But interestingly enough, it looks like we're moving on to Inferno instead of Mirage. So that whole point about the Mirage is kind of irrelevant now, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, I've been shut down by the old caster curse, I suspect. But the same kind of applies for Inferno. Inferno's been also a very good, locally speaking at least, for Team Immunity, has been quite another dominant map for them. We've seen them put in some pretty impressive performances on Inferno. I think the one that you probably recall as well against a certain team that's former Australian, now American-based, 16-14 the scoreline at the Crown Invitational last year, was a good example of their ability to... Actually, important to note that as well, that they got stomped by Renegades. Or was they Renegades at the time at ACL Sydney? They were just Renegades.
Yes, yeah, they just became Renegades.
Yeah. And they smashed them like 16-3 or something. And then like 3 months later, the tables had turned. So Inferno will be the second map for this best of three. And of course, you're watching the Mwave CGPL Autumn 2016 coverage, brought to you by Mwave, Turtle Beach, Netgear, Plantronics, Logitech and AK Racing. So thanks again to those sponsors for allowing to do what we like to do best, and that's esports.
Certainly is. And esports should be happening shortly. We have 10 people in the server. We have the map. Just waiting for everyone to ready up now. Of course, the map's going to be Inferno. So as you say, 16-14 was the Immunity Renegades score. And I mean, if you had to make a prediction here between Jam and Immunity, knowing that Jam picked up the first game, or the first map rather, what are we sort of looking at here?
If Team Immunity pick up the CT site to start with, this will be brutal. 16-2, almost brutal.
Okay,
yeah.
Bold.
Yeah, it's bold. Dust
what
2,
would you for Dust 2? What would you have said for Dust 2 if you didn't?
Like a 16-6.
If we had made a prediction before.
Like a 16-6.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. But the difference between changing the game from Dust 2 to Inferno, we don't know how well Jam Gaming play Inferno for one, but we know how well Team Immunity do. But the biggest difference map to map is the size of the map, and the fact that your smoke grenades and your Molotovs have so many more spots that you can put down and impact pushes from Jam Gaming. I feel like that could be something that Team Immunity are going to, I'm not going to say abuse really, but exploit their ability to time those grenades. I think that's going to be a really big thing. But if Jam Gaming pick up the CT side first, I'm going to expect them to pick up 6 rounds. And in that case, it's probably going to be a 16-8 maybe to Immunity if Jam Gaming beats CT first.
All right, well, we'll find out very shortly as we are going into the knife round here. The classic Inferno knife, where everyone just sort of stands there looking at each other. Love it. Not
a Mexican standoff, as a Mexican standoff requires 3 different parties.
Who's that trying to bait by turning their back on Team Immunity? I don't know who it is, but it's something that's interesting. Trying to bait someone to run forward. That didn't work out. Anyway,
Ooh.
Team Immunity picking up the knife, and there you go. So they'll be probably on the CT side, looking at 16-2. You reckon?
Yeah, yeah,
Is
16
that
two.
the prediction?
That's the prediction. What's yours,
Lock it in.
Jordan? You've pestered me for mine. I'm going to pester you for yours, Jordan. What are you going to
It's
pick,
not
Jordan? What are you
fair.
going to pick?
I'm only here to play by play. I'm not here to
Oh,
predict. Okay.
do you know what you were telling me last night in that Counter-Strike game we're playing, that Face It game, going, number 2 analyst in Australia. I'm so good.
Yeah. Okay. Well. All right. Here we go. 16-8 for Immunity. I
Right.
think like they've got a new lineup, right? So their
Sure.
holds are going to be a little bit weird on CT side, maybe, and their strats might be a little bit weird. People might not know certain smokes that they need to know and that sort of thing. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know how long these guys have been playing together. Actually, it's been sort of up in the air how long Immunity have been roster for. So I guess we
Yeah.
don't really know a whole lot. They
Mm-hmm.
could have been having a couple of weeks practice,
Don't think so.
but
Moe's been on
I'm sure
holidays.
something would have. Yeah, I feel like something would have leaked if they'd been scrimming against other teams. So,
Yep.
they might be going into this pretty fresh.
Pretty fresh. Moe has been on holidays as well. I think he's over in the States having a bit of relax and recreation. The old R&R. But we'll see. A couple of, obviously, set strategy coming out from Jam Gaming here. 2 flashes and 2 smokes. Willie KS picking up a flash and a smoke each, of course. A little bit of Nana presence as well, so they're not trying to give up the game entirely. Immunity just rolling with a standard 2-3, with a 3 being on A, and just sort of spotting a couple of different angles here. And we're just going to wait for Jam Gaming to fake at B bomb site unsuccessfully, and then rotate back to A. We'll see whether the fake is real or not.
Yeah, let's have a look. Where's this smoke going?
They've pulled it. They pulled James straight
On
across.
side.
Makes good work out for him.
Yeah,
fact,
they got the CT smoke as well, and they're going to send 2 people actually into B as well. So drawing a few players, but James picks up a crucial frag there for Team Immunity. That's not good at all for Jam. They really need to sell this fake, and at the moment it's not working out. I guess it did work out in a sense. They got the players over to the B bomb site, but Immunity have read this so quickly. They still have 1 player on the site on A as well, but he goes down straight away. That's Imagine. The bomb will go down for Jam, but it's a 3 versus 4 hold, and they haven't got post-plant positions either. Moe picking up a huge headshot there onto White as he pops out from Library. Ricky picks up one onto Steve, and the sole survivor is Badge. Gets picked up there by Moe. Like, the strat was good. It worked for Jam, but then James just picks up those frags on the B bomb side and completely puts it into disarray.
Yeah. Basically, Jam need to pick up at least 1 frag in that scenario to make sure that they're going to keep dragging a player across to that B bomb site. But it's pretty hard to do a set strategy fake against a team like Immunity because they generally read it pretty well, but they sort of fell for it. But then the aim came through. Ricky rolling with the shotgun. We've got EMAG with the MP7 to start with, and James has opted to go for the big buy after a successful pistol round for his behalf. And we're just going to a quick pause.
Was just joined. So, the coach coming in for Team Immunity. I don't know, how does this work online? Do they have a dedicated slot on the side?
Yeah, so obviously there's enough slots in the server for them to come in, but you type a console command, it's like Coach CT or Coach T.
Yeah.
And then you're restricted to only your team's
Yeah.
unit, funnily enough. So he's
That
probably
makes sense,
setting that
doesn't
up. Yeah, well, exactly.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's like free wall hack, and then it'll just be you
Yeah.
can call the best as a coach. Or if you're in the old G2's scenario where your coach literally had a wall hack, there's that.
All right, well, looks like Sniper's disappeared from the server. So back to the regular old 5-on-5, and Team Immunity, as we know, picked up the first pistol round, so they've got the superior buy here. And Jam Gaming this time opting to go for the more economical situation rather than forcing up.
Yeah, a bit of banana control here for Team Immunity, and they've seen nothing, but lurking Ricky almost gets caught out, but puts the Nova into the face of Willie KS and shuts down that little push there. So all the information now, and they're going to run into a stacked bomb site, and Susie's even waiting a little bit out in the open here. So the push will come in from Jam Gaming, and it'll get absolutely wrecked here by Moe and EMAG, and Ricky comes from behind to clean it up, and
The long range Nova.
the eco slaw is real, and it's 14 rounds to go for Team Immunity. Jam Gaming only going to pick up 2 from here if you listen to my predictions. But what would I know? I'm at least number 3 analyst in Australia.
Yeah.
Behind El Fish Guy and Sandman. So
Yeah.
what would I know?
What would you know?
Little.
You're a filthy Nova user. That's what you are.
Yeah, I am. But hey, if it's good enough for Ricky, it's good enough for me.
Alright, so the buy-up coming here for Jam, a little early. They do have to run with a couple of Galils there, but we'll see what they can do with it. It is going to be the first kill going over to White. He does go for a re-peek onto Emag, gets punished a little bit for it. Did a lot of damage to Emag. Moe taking a lot of damage there as well, but Emag saves his life with the grenade. So 2 players very low here for Team Immunity. Not a bad situation just yet for Jam if they can pick up a couple of those quick frags as they enter towards the sites. But the A-bomb site might not be the one that they should really go for. You can see a 3-stack here already for Team Immunity.
The B-bomb site isn't something I should go for either, because Ricky's sitting at the top of Banana with AWP, and we've seen before how lethal he can be in that particular scenario. So I guess in this instance, you've got to try and see, maybe try and fake B if you knew the information, but they're using up their smokes pretty rapidly here, Jam Gaming, and they're going to commit to this A side by the looks of things. And they're going to run to this stack, and it's probably not going to be pretty. Although James is starting to have second guesses about his read on this round as they creep up Diggity side and balcony. It's all going to be on Moe and Emag in this scenario.
Badge on point. Let's see if he can get the entry frag. Willie K is actually in the one to get that one. He does manage to get traded, but Badge will trade for that. So not too bad of a result there for Jam. They only lose 1 player on the entry. The pop flash coming out here from Badge. He's going to try and peek in towards nothing, actually, off the back of that pop flash. So interesting, but regardless, we'll see if Immunity can retake this bomb site.
Pushing up on the dig is James. He spots out the player at Graveyard, takes him down there. Just alive in the site now is Steve. Ricky's going to flash in. Not flash the ears, but Ricky gets the nice kill there.
Was that a no-scope?
No, it was a quick scope.
Okay.
At least it was on my screen. So picking up another round there at Team Immunity. Picking up the 3rd round in a row. And it's going to force Jam onto at least a pistol armor buy. Was picking up a little bit of cash. And Immunity are just pausing quickly.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get James in again, probably.
You mean Sniper?
Sniper, yeah.
Yeah, they are.
It was James who did the pause.
Yeah, you're going to have to say that one in the console there, Sniper. That's the command. If you're wondering at home on your screen there, you can see in the bottom left-hand corner. That's what you do. There you go. He's officially coaching the counter-terrorists. First time in competition, Sniper. It's going pretty well for his team thus far on this map, at least, but they are a map down. So if you're joining us, 16-14. You see on the screen down the bottom corner now, Jam Gaming 1 zip in this best of 3. 16-14 on Dust 2 was the first map. This is the second map in the best of 3. First week of Mwave CGPL Autumn 2016. And it's probably going to be another round of Eco Slaw here for Team Immunity. At least that's the vibe I'm getting here. That's Ricky.
Yeah, well, you'd have to expect so, and it's starting off that way. Immunity just going about their business. 4 kills already on the board, and Sole Survivor, White, on 11 HP. I guess maybe he can do something. He gets a kill into Imagine, but again, really not the result Jam was looking for.
The problem for Jam is the role that Immunity will get on the CT side, and that's why I'm leading towards the 16-2 scoreline that I predicted, because yeah, once they get the confidence going and the lockdown on CT, it's T. If you've played Inferno, which I'm sure you have, if you're tuning in, it's going to be one of those instances where you're going to run up against a bit of a brick wall. Just try and find a weak brick and extract that point and go into that little hole of defense. But at the moment, Jam unable to find such a thing, although moving into their second gun round now. A lot of just general flash play, no territory gained whatsoever for Jam, which is the problem. Rapidly using their utilities.
Yeah, I mean, they may well get into the side, but are they going to be able to hold it is the question. They still have 3 smokes across the board, so not too bad just yet. But, you know, a minute gone, and really what have they accomplished? I guess they've got mid control.
No, well, they don't have any useful mid control. They have standard mid control. That sort of mid control is relinquished to begin with, but they haven't been able to work up anywhere from that. But the 3 dig strategy from Unity is interesting, particularly if they cop a particularly poor flashbang.
Oh, there you go. Willie KS is going to get the first entry. Steve as well is there for the trade, but he picks up 1. I thought he was going to get 2 there, and not quite in the end. Just Willie KS will take him out. So Team Immunity just getting a little bit of trouble there.
And straight away in that scenario, Immunity going, no retake, thanks. Picking up the first round, Jam Gaming will be in this scenario as well, and really they attacked the perfect. It seemed like it was going to be the point of conflict for them, and probably a sure death, but they're able to pick up the first kill on Mwave around the pillar there, and from then the bait play that was set up for Immunity didn't really work out. EMAG not quite able to close it off with the M4A1S, really struggling a little bit with the fire rate, the old nerf on the CT side, and as I mentioned, first round on the board for Jam Gaming, who got a lot of work to do ahead of them if they want to take out this best of 3, but they are at 1 zip up at this stage, and the buy easily going to come out from Team Immunity again. Noting that Ricky hasn't died yet, and neither has James, to be honest. So, immortals thus far, Jordan, immortals.
Yeah, well, we'll see how long that lasts, because obviously Jam, they picked up that 1 round. They're going to be looking for the second one here. They have a reasonable amount of money on the board, and Ricky, that was aggressive. Taking down White as he sort of makes his way up second mid, and well, that's a good start into the round there for Team Immunity. Going to try and reset the economy here for Jam in this round.
That has a double edge as well, and not only do they take the 1-man advantage early on in this round, tactically speaking, but that's a psychological damage. Because there's no real way that Ricky should be able to, I want to say, saunter down mid, but bunny hop down mid, take a shot and get out with no damage taken and fall into a defensive position. So it's going to throw James Gaming off. The pop flash coming in at B, bomb site, into Banana. Takes out James, and he's going to fall out here as the Molotov comes through. And again, so 2 down. 3 HP left, or rather 3 HP taken off entirely on Team Immunity side, and they're in a really strong position to, as you said, reset the economy for Jam Gaming at this point. 40 seconds left on the clock. We'll see what Jam Gaming are going to try and do. It looks like a B hit, Jordan.
Certainly does. Steve going to pop up here onto the cart, try and peek over the smoke, but isn't going to spot anyone out. There's no one playing coils there for Team Immunity. Willie KS, he's going to walk past James here. Now James in a great position to be able to pick up a frag, but he doesn't even need to. It's Moe to pick himself up a double kill. Steve gets a kill through the smoke onto James, but it's really not going to be enough in this situation. Steve goes down there to Moe as well. Really nice hold on that B-bomb site from Moe, getting himself a 3k.
Yeah, the first player through, I think it was Willie KS, not 100%, I don't want to rag on him too hard, but the first player through did the pop flash in through the smoke that wrecked James. It was sitting in the corner there, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, James sitting in the corner there, but didn't actually check that corner on his way through, so a little positional play, a little lucky perhaps, but small mistakes can really hurt you in rounds. And you saw 2 sides to Immunity there. You saw the passive defensive there and the ultra aggressive at the start of the round, so this is the problem coming up against a team like Immunity, and the experience they have and the ability that their players have for that dynamic play as well as the percentage play.
Yeah, they are, as you say, a dynamic team, and we'll see what they can, I guess, use that, or how they can use that heading into this game. We've already seen that displayed last round. This round, it seems a little bit more like they want to play more defensively here. Obviously, Jam not really having the best of buys either, so they probably just don't want to take too many risks when they don't necessarily need to.
Yeah, the best thing that they could do in this scenario is try and just put some pressure on in terms of a little bit of spam, a couple of flashes. Just, use 1 or 2 of the flashes there and try and draw the grenades out of Team Immunity, because when you're lacking that utility, you're going to have to come up with a set execute and try and do it after the utility of the opposition team has been expelled.
Alrighty, well, Moe's starting us off there onto Badge, and that's an AK down here for Jam. I don't know if they're going to yeah, they're not really in a position to be able to pick that one up. So Ghost's going to still be running in there commando style with the pistol only. Willie KS and White, though, getting a couple of entries. Now White trying to get Ricky, but not quite able to land enough shots. And Ricky manages to survive there in the pit. He's down to 32 HP, eventually gets taken down there by Steve. It's back to a 2 versus 2 here. This is a situation that we've seen before. Team Immunity came out superior in the last iteration of this, the 2 versus 2A retake. Whether or not they can do it again is going to be the question. Steve playing a relatively similar position to last time. James getting very close. The crossfire is good here for Jam, and it works out. Steve picks up the double kill, down to 6 HP. That was so close, but that's 2 on the board there for Jam.
If you subscribe to my theory, that's the last round they're going to get. But they're finding their way in every now and then, despite Team Immunity's best efforts to disrupt their default as well, make them uncomfortable within the scenario there. As well, Ricky tries to pick mid, gets flashed off, and the buy now is starting to look a little bit shaky, and this is pretty hard. Well, this is the point, or really, what is so hard about playing CT on this side. Sorry, in this current meta of the game. And that's your economy can get reset really easily. James, again, put a bit of aggression on a Badge, who's been playing that lurker role at B, that B banana, to trying to put a bit of pressure on there to make sure that you're not going away.
Susie.
Yeah, Susie.
Very close to picking up a couple there, but does get traded straight away.
4 versus 3 now, Team Immunity's favour, so they're going to be able to play this one pretty easily there. Ricky's holding down the B side with an AWP as well, playing from CT spawn, so if they use their single smoke to smoke him off, potentially they're going to be able to get into the site here. But the bomb is sitting all the way back. Sorry, they got 2 smokes rather. The bomb is very slowly making their way back to B bomb site, which is not good news, because the longer it goes, the more suspicion James will have, and the quicker he'll be on the rotate to B bomb site.
It is Ricky, though, holding that B-bomb side. He does miss the first shot with the AWP there. He's going to go for a re-peek, but the smoke is... Well, actually, the smoke's not that good. There is a... Willie is going to push it, though. James gets taken down, and Willie... Oh, what? Almost takes down Ricky, but Ricky, he does Ricky things and picks up Willie with the USP. It's a 2 versus 3 retake situation now for Team Immunity, and they're all coming from the one direction. They're going to send 1 into Con, I think... 2 into Con, perhaps. Oh, a good grenade comes out and takes down Steve. That's going to make things even easier. Now Ghost in a 1 versus 3. Almost unwinnable. And Moe is on point this map. He's already got 14 frags.
Yeah, accumulating the numbers pretty quietly and pretty quickly there is Moe. And like I said there as well. So struggling on the side for Jam. Of course, they're on the tough side. So a 1-on-1 kill for Ghost and Badge at this stage. And we saw Ghost, he got off to a cracker of a start last map, so he's going to need to pick up his game. But it's going to be Eco again for Jam Gaming, just pistols and a few utilities. So they'll have something in play, but Moe has decided that he's just going to push and be aggressive and disrupt and delay and just completely roll over Jam. And now they're sitting at the bottom of mid and not really sure exactly what's going on.
What was that smoke from Willie? It was like a backhanded throw, but that was interesting. Anyway, not going to work out too well for them. They do manage to get 1 frag there.
So pop flash.
It was like a right click, and then he ran backwards.
Yeah, so he right clicks, dropping it in front of him, then runs backwards through the smoke to then turn around. No, I'm lost. Yeah,
it was interesting. I haven't seen anything like that before, but oh well. Well, some greater minds than I will probably figure it out.
Yeah, no, I'll probably have to watch it again to 100% understand. I'm sure Twitch chat are all over it and calling us noobs as we speak.
No, I think they're as perplexed as we are, to be honest.
Okay, well, perhaps it's the new meta that we're yet to see develop.
Alright, anyway, it's going to be another buy round coming out here for Jam. Not a whole lot of utilities to work with, and Ricky is going to find the first frag there onto Badge. So things not looking too great there for Jam. As I say that, though, they managed to pick up Imagine. It's back to a 4 versus 4, but still, no utilities to work with. It's going to be difficult to get into either of these sites.
Ricky just managing to keep it up, but over the A site, Willie KS and White getting the lurk on, not going off. Ricky picks up 1 there, so it's last alive, and James comes through and trays up. And in a matter of 4 seconds there, 4 players go down for Jam Gaming, and it's 8-2. They're starting to struggle. They're starting to to really can't figure out an avenue in because Immunity, that variance on the CTV. You're going to watch this VOD and go back and watch it. Have a look at what Immunity do every round. They've barely played a single round the same. Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing there.
Dying to a glorious shot from Ricky.
Anyway, I mean, one of the things that I kind of want to mention is that Moe was pretty quiet on Dust. I'm pretty sure he was bottom fragging and didn't really put up huge any real numbers. I don't even know if he got double digits, but certainly turning it around on this map, which is really good to see for Team Immunity. You know, like you don't necessarily need him to be firing every game or every map. But as long as someone is firing, and in this case it is Moe, Zeusy being a little bit quiet, but again, sometimes people just aren't pushing where you are, so that's just how it is.
He hasn't had that much of an input, really.
No, I mean, he's only died 4 times as well, so like...
Yeah, in terms of Zuzi's ability to impact the game, they haven't been going his direction that much, and when they have, he's been picking up the kills. It's just sort of the retake scenarios and whatnot, so just a bit of a round. I suspect that might have been maybe a tactical round for Jam Gaming there in terms of trying to talk away something. Talk through the problems to try and brainstorm within that team to figure out what they do. They don't have a coach, Jam, so not even like they don't have a coach in the server, but they don't have someone as their coach either. So they don't have that 6th man input in either. So all the tactics have to come within the team, and they're probably running pretty low on their strat book right now. 9-2 down on the second map.
Yeah, well, it looks like they're kind of just setting up another default here, trying to get something, and they almost get Ricky there, but not quite. He's down to 29 HP, so not too bad of a start here for Jam, but they really need to be able to close that kill out before they can make any inroads into either of these sites. And a 4-stack on A from Team Immunity, now that I notice it.
They put their hot player Moe to solo Banana, which is something he hasn't done at all this half. He's been playing on the A side for the rest of it. We've had James and Ricky through there. White coming out on the balcony, picking up the first kill. Zuzi gets his position exposed, but is able to get away with it.
Oh!
No, he's not, in fact. Taken down through the smoke, and they're pushing around jungle side.
Yeah, Ricky has a job to do, and he does it well. Picks up Ghost, pops down the smoke as well. That's force Jam back in towards the B area. Moe already started to rotate across to A, but he's got plenty of time to get back onto B. So not too bad here for Team Immunity. We are going to see Willie trying to make his way up into A. Perhaps fake something out, find a pick, something like that. Anything he can do here is going to be useful for Jam.
Looks like Jam might actually try the fake back on the A side, depending on Willie gets. Yep, in fact, here it comes. So they've drawn the rotate off there. Willie might have even heard that, and it's just going to be James lurking in the pit. But he's going to get
spots them,
mollied out. Flashes, great flash from right here, so he might be able to do a little bit of damage here. They didn't see him get him across there. He picks up one, doesn't get the second there. Badge and alert at the top of jungle there as well, and so we're on a 1 versus 2 now. Jam Gaming coming through again, a late round scenario, and this is where they've won their 2 previous rounds. It's not necessarily getting early kills and whatnot, but just sort of managing to weasel their way almost through the defense. But Moe is left alive.
It is Moe. He's the man of the moment. 17-3 currently here for Team Immunity. And when you have the economy like they do, why not go for it? He picks up one, but I mean, this should be an unwinnable situation for him. And this one, Badge up there in apartments. He's going to get dinked. Is he actually going to have time for this?
Yep. Easy.
Yes. Oh.
It's like a Sunday morning for Moe. Just wake up, 2 frags, 2v1 clutch with the defuse.
The man's on fire.
Yep. And look at that economy. Gets out of the rounds. Yeah, 12k left after buy. No worries. So Jam's heart's been broken there. I feel like that could be the straw that absolutely breaks Jam's back in this scenario there. And they're scrapping together another buy. Of course, at 100 bonus. Ricky narrowly missing the blind shot there onto one of the Jam players at the bottom of mid. But they're copping a whole bunch of damage. Well, Willie KS's at least from nades and whatnot from different areas. Emag playing with fire gets 1, but gets traded out there as well. Settling back into the round now, things are going to slow down after that flurry of activity.
Where are they? James is sitting very aggressively up Banana. If he pops around here, he might be able to catch Badge off guard. There is a smoke there, but as soon as that dissipates, actually looks like he wants to re-smoke. So just going to go for the safer option here, I think.
Good to see Moe is lurking on the other side of that smoke. Oh, he was fine, but he walked in, waltzed across the spam from Ghost right into the bullets there and got taken down there. So this has turned into a 4 versus 3 in favour of Jam Gaming. And they've got a lot of territory at the top of mid. The ideal play here would be to try and work it way around to B and then have Badge just put a little pressure on Banana, but instead he's going to walk up to the top and they're going to do the wrap around the world here, and they're being very cautious about what they have, but they're going to have to get a wriggle on soon. 30 seconds left on the clock. They're going to have to flash. James is lurking though. He's going to get a lot of information if he stays at B, but he's caught off on the rotate. Great play here from Jam. They've read this round perfectly. They get the bomb down. 15 seconds on the clock, and another retake scenario for Immunity without their current star player in Moe, who's been 19-4.
Yeah, plenty of time now for Jam to get their optimal post-plant positions. You can see them starting to spread across the site and in towards construction as well. Immunity actually not even looking like they want to retake this one. So another round on the board here for Jam, and there goes your prediction, Mike.
Yes, narrowest of margins. What was yours? 8?
8.
Yeah.
Hey, the map's not over yet.
I didn't say. I didn't hear anyone singing. Exiting towards CT spawn, the area they believe to be safe, and safe it is. And they're not going to go chasing here, of course, because if they lose too many weapons, it's going to make it hard for them to rebuy. So, looking at the scoreboard there, Moe and Ricky doing the big work for Immunity. They're going to have plenty of cash to buy up this round, so not going to be an issue there. And potentially, if it goes down, it might be a pretty weak buy from Jam Gaming next round if they lose this one.
Alrighty, let's have a look. They're going to get into mid pretty quickly. Is anyone going to challenge them? There is the smoke. James looks like he wants to almost go through it. Decides better of it. Well, he's still got that 4-player over towards A. Having said that, though, Immunity... Well, it looked like James wanted to rotate back across, but that kill from Zeusy is going to prompt him to head back towards A. Or Ghost catching Zeusy out there. Actually picks up Moe as well somehow. I didn't know where Moe was, but Imagine is there for the trade. It's another kill going over to James, and all of a sudden tons of kills going across the board. And at the result of it, or at the end of it, it's going to be Jam sitting there with 2 players, and Immunity with 3.
Plenty of utilities left on Jam and lots of time to work with as well. Ricky again holding Banana with the AWP sitting right at the top, but he's got no pressure. James playing with fire and showing off a little bit of shoulder there, and he's going to get under attack here.
He's going to peek as well. Does manage to get one. Oh, nice. Really good spray down coming out from James. Or I think he reset the spray, but regardless, good double kill.
Yep, great double kill. And as predicted, the buy is going to be a little patchy for Jam. They're going to have a couple of AKs. They're going to have it into AWP and Khalil as well. And Steve's picking up some utilities to help them make their way through this map. But Immunity again, just rolling with a 3-2. Ricky's going towards Banana. Molotovs and nades going down at the start. All the control going towards Team Immunity. And James has just gone Rambo mode, I guess you could say. And the super aggression is just...
I don't even know what happened in that round. All of a sudden, 3 Immunity players are dead, and James is running through a Molotov. So,
yeah,
anyway,
that was
at the end of that, 4 rounds for Jam.
11-4 being the scoreline after the first half of the second map. Yeah, that was... I blinked, I think, and then it was all over. That was, yeah, evidently Immunity went into that round going, no, disrespect, they're going to have a weak buy at best, and just went YOLO. And it just didn't work out for them. Jam just, yeah. Anyway, moving into the pistol round, the all-important pistol round. If you need to pick this one up, it's going to be make Jam Gaming's life just that little bit harder. Standard 3-2 again on this side. And Team Immunity going for a late push-up Banana. All 5 members after some decoys towards the A side. And it's going to be a long rotate from Jam as well.
Yeah, Badge will be the one to, I guess, take the first contact, but does fall off. Oh, gets taken out by Moe, who is again getting that entry, and Zeusy picks himself up one onto Willie KS as well. That's the B defense absolutely decimated there by Team Immunity, and you'd have to say they should be picking up the pistol round from here.
depends whether they want to overcommit here or not. Ricky getting a little bit tagged, or James rather tagging it, but Emag comes up with a kill here as well, and despite the aggression there, it's going to be easily closed out here by Ghost, and by immunity onto Ghost, and that's exactly what happened with Emag. So yeah, despite doing their best efforts potentially to lose that round there and overextending a little bit, they managed to come through frag-wise and picked up the 12th round in the pistol in the second half. SMGs across the board. 1 Deeg coming up on Willie KS, and a couple of CZs and a flashbang. So 2-3 again. I imagine Immunity are probably going to go pretty hard here. It looks like it's just a flat-out B rush.
Certainly does. Ricky going to be the point man with the MAC-10 as he slowly checks all the angles. He's going to get a little bit of damage done to him, down to 47 HP, but that's not going to stop him. But White, double kill with the CZ. That's opening thing. Badge as well there with a crossfire. This is looking very good for Jam now. Are they going to be able to make any more of this in the 2 versus 4 situation that they have? Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to really recover any of those weapons. Willie KS might be able to get one as he heads up the bottom of Banana here, but the other 3 are going to still be rolling out with those pistols. So this is still a round that's possible here for Team Immunity. No one on Jam has actually got any armor either, so it's still dangerous here. They need to be careful as they try and retake this site.
Yeah, they just need to have to go in with armors. Willie KS has in fact picked up a MAC-10. He's coming from Banana 3, coming through CT spawn here as well, but the game is up.
It's Imagine picking one up. Zeusy finding one as well. It's back to a 2 versus 2. The SMG is down as well. Zeusy picking up a second for himself. Now it's down to Ghost. These players are very low though. Zeusy on 35 HP. How many bullets does he have left in the clip? He's going to reload. He should be able to take down Zeusy here if he peeks, but he's not making any moves, and I think he's just playing down the timer there, waiting for Zeusy to die to the bomb. I think he realized he wasn't going to have enough time to defuse there. So in the end, probably a little bit disappointing there for Jam.
Such hope. Great double kill from White, and then followed up by, I think, was it Badge as well on that side there?
Badger, yeah. Badge.
Yeah, Badge. Yeah. Great work from them, but ultimately Zeusy picked up the 4K for the round, closing it out there. 13-4 now, Immunity's favour. Just a standard setup again, although actually standard setup in terms of positioning, but a weird buy coming out. 2 shotguns, a UMP, an M4, and Steve hasn't bought anything whatsoever, which is just bizarre.
Oh, White almost being able to pick one up onto James there, but misses the shot, and James will punish him for it. It's the first kill of the round to Team Immunity as they start to rotate off the B bomb site now, and the A... mid to A hit looks like it's on the cards. Ricky will pop flash out there, picks up the player. That is Ghost, and the player coming out of Boiler is Steve. He goes down as well. And a pretty standard round coming out there for Team Immunity. They did a pretty good job actually not to lose any players yet.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the reasoning behind the buy from Jam there. Like, I just can't figure it out. Someone please tweet me and tell me why they bought in that scenario. I mean, I know they're going to the 14th round here, but what are you going to do with a couple of shotguns? I mean, a shotgun and an M4 and no utilities. I mean, Immunity were going to rebuy AKs in that round. I didn't like that decision. Let's just leave it at that. Let's move on. 14-4. Now you've got this random setup again where Steve's got an AWP and you've got 3 CZs and a Deagle.
Oh, well.
Preach to me, Jordan. Number 2 analyst in Australia. Preach to me.
I predict Steve to pick up a 5k here, an ace. I was only joking. James to pick up a Molotov frag to start us off.
Yeah, and that's the AWP, and I don't think it's been recovered either. It hasn't been recovered. It's potentially recoverable, but they're going to have to play, I was going to say fire with smoke, but where there's smoke, there's fire. And
Well, Willie spots the players out in mid there as well. He gets a bit of a tag onto the player up there in dark. It's actually Zeusy who goes down to Willie KS there, so bringing it back to a 4 versus 4. And actually grabs a CZ as well. Emag is going to jump in there and take out Ghost. Badge does manage to trade out for Ricky or Willie KS, almost lining up a couple there, but does get taken down by James. It's a 2 versus 2, so not a bad eco around here. And actually, interestingly enough, the bomb's still sitting in almost in T-spawn, in T-stairs, I guess. So Immunity can have to try and recover this one. That's going to give Jam plenty of time to rotate across and see if they can find Emag. They're not making too much noise, but now Emag is going to be spotted out. He gets traded probably a reasonable situation there for Jam, I think. Because that player that had his back turned was, I guess 100% dead.
Hmm.
And for a EMAG not to get a double kill there
Yeah.
is perhaps pretty lucky.
Good trade, I guess, is what we can go with in that scenario there. But James has got to
Yeah.
clutch it out now. He's got a few utilities with him, but he's probably not really want to use them to expose where he's hiding in this site. AK versus AK.
Got one flash to work with as well.
Yeah.
But he has no idea where James is, so he's going to have to try and negotiate this bomb site. A good flashbang, but James was looking at the wall. And the trouble with that spot is it's hard to see that there's a player there. But Badge does get the job done, and the defuse will come out.
That should have been James's kill there. He had the drop.
Yeah.
I feel. Without watching James's perspective, but I feel like he had the drop there. Anyway, edging closer to the magical 8-round figure.
Yeah.
Jordan.
Can I be number one analyst after if they get 8? Is that how it works?
Well, it depends what Sandman retrospectively predicts.
Yeah.
All right. So
Well,
Immunity
we'll
getting that $800 bonus there in the round from planting the bomb. Able to buy AK's full utilities, and their buy is in fact stronger than the CTs, such as the fickle nature of the CT economy. But Willie KS is in a pretty good scenario here. He potentially could catch EMAG out. But he's not. He's going to hold this great angle there, and he's got nothing coming from behind him there as well.
Well, he would have heard EMAG running out of apartments there, so they kind of, I guess, know that it's not necessarily going to be an A take here.
A couple of smokes and whatnot. They're trying to sell the A fake, but all 5 players from Team Unity are in B, and they're going to send a volley of smokes flying over the roof into the B bomber side. A couple of Molotovs to go with it. Bay plays coming up from Jam Gaming.
Firestorm coming onto the site there for Team Unity. This should be their 15th round. Those 2 entry frags that they managed to pick up. James as well, pushing the smoke, is going to take down Ghost, who was trying to get in towards the bomb site from CT. Moe picks up Willie in Banana, and final player Steve. Oh, what's going on here? I thought he was going to go down there, but
He got the bomb there as well, so
yeah,
he's just got 4 to kill now.
Yeah, only 4 to kill. It'll be easy. I could do it. Flashbang coming into construction. He's going to get 1 there onto James, looking around back in towards the side, but EMAG will clean him up. So 15 on the board for Team Immunity.
15-5 is the scoreline, and the buy will come out from Jam Gaming. Again, a broken one. The economy reset is what's really hurting there. That was trying to highlight with the scoreboard there. 3 lost, then 1 win, then 1 lost equals money reset, and not very good equipment for Jam Gaming. So Immunity going again with a fast strategy. They want to get this over and done with, push it onto the 3rd map, which is Mirage, supposedly. Jam Gaming again, proving pretty good with the pistols there, but it looks like, in fact, James almost getting a double kill there. Trying to get down. There it is. Finally, the kill getting on Steve, and we know where Badge is. The Molotov comes there from EMAG, defensive play. After that flurry of activity, Jordan, Badge left with 82 HP, a scout, and Jam Gaming's hopes resting on him.
Badge hasn't been awful for Jam, so I mean, we'll see what he can do in this situation. It's only a 2 versus 1.
He's been played. Yeah,
he has been played. You could see Team Immunity, this was kind of what they were going for. They made a lot of noise as they ran down mid, tried to pretend they went in towards B, and now sneaking up in towards apartments. The bomb goes down on A, and Badge is going to have a long rotate across. So unfortunate for him, but still, not all is lost.
Just working on his fitness, making his endurance. He's going to have to go up, but yeah, with the AK and a Molotov, he's going to try and Molotov off. He's Molotov graveyard at least, so, but like we expected. 16-5 is the scoreline there, which brings the map's scores to 1 apiece.
Indeed.
And we have been told, in fact, that the 3rd map will be Mirage. So, yeah, not great news for Jam Gaming, I feel. But unlike Inferno, Mirage is a slightly bit more open, and they might be able to work a little bit better than they had on Inferno. So, silver lining perhaps on this 3rd map.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're clutching at straws a little bit there. Obviously, we sort of discussed Mirage a little bit earlier and
Hmm.
kind of tended to subscribe to the belief that it should be Immunity's map.
Definitely,
Um,
definitely.
so one thing that we didn't really mention was that the double AWP setup that could come out from Team Immunity here on Mirage is going to be quite potent as well. Obviously,
Mm.
being a reasonably AWP centric map, so that's kind of another nail in the coffin almost for Jam.
Putting the nails in before we've even pronounced them dead. The post-mortem. Uh, I guess at this point as well, we'd like to remind you about a couple of giveaways that are going on throughout this season. Well, we've got one that's going on right now, which is, of course, is a cyber game Apollo. So all you need to do is follow this channel, CGTV_CSGO, as well as the CGPL event channel. And after Sunday's games are all finished, winner will be randomly drawn, and we'll send you out a swanky looking CG Apollo. So that's a great thing. But of course, there's more to come. Cybergame have been very generous towards us casters, talent team that is involved this season. And if you subscribe to Twitch, the proceeds will go towards the casters, able to get them to the LAN events, all that sort of thing. So if you like what we're saying, or perhaps you prefer the Peanut Gallery or the Rocket League guys, anything like that, make sure you subscribe. And the bonus is that if you're a Cybergamer member on the site, you also get a free month of premium. All you got to do is hit up sign out on the website. All the details are on the Cybergame website for that. But of course, the big one for this season is the Netgear, who are one of our sponsors. Their Nighthawk X4S ADSL modem router as well does NBN, does everything basically. Dual band AC standard, so super fast Wi-Fi, can do multiple devices simultaneously. The dual core 1.2 gigahertz processor to make sure that all the quality of servicing, your NAS features, all that sort of stuff comes through. It's valued at $428. You can win one. Watch any of the CGPL event, CGTV_CSGO or CGTV_Smite channels, and you earn 1 point for each minute that you watch of our coverage. Subscribers earn double points, so again, another incentive there to get involved. And at the end of the person, the top 15 viewers who've accrued the most points randomly will go into a draw, randomly selected the winner from that, and you could go home with an awesome Netgear Nighthawk X4S. And you've been a little bit laggy tonight, Jordan, so again,
Yeah.
potentially, maybe you should be loading up the streams and seeing if you can win such a thing thanks to Netgear.
I don't know. Do I get points when I've got the stream up? Because I have the stream up. It's just paused.
I don't know. I'm not
I
sure,
don't
to be
think you
honest.
do.
No.
And
Gotta
to be
watch.
fair, I'm pretty sure we can't win anyway. So
I'd say we're ineligible due to being involved in the whole. It'd probably look a little dodgy at the very least.
I kind of want the CG shirt. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I wouldn't mind a CG shirt.
A little bit of a memento.
Mm.
Apparently, I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of heard a word on the street. Maybe
Went on
some
the street.
CG snapbacks might be making an appearance at LAN. I hope that's true because that would be
Okay.
kind of sick.
No.
I'd wear that on
Okay.
stream.
Oh. Well, I'll
What
look forward to
do
seeing.
you wear snapbacks, Mike? What do you look like in a snapback?
No, I don't.
I think snapbacks actually suit me. I just don't wear them though.
Okay. We'll see. I'll be the judge, I feel. Anyway, of course, this whole season, the Mwave CGPL Autumn 2016 season is brought to you by mwave.com.au. Jump on their website if you're looking for any peripherals, tech parts, all that sort of stuff. For your next build, your next mouse, lots of great stuff there available for you. Not just limited to gaming as well. There's a whole bunch of office stuff, all that sort of thing. Printers, you name it, it's on there, IT related. So check out mwave.com.au, and thanks very much to them for sponsoring this event. But they're not their only sponsors. Turtle Beach, Netgear, as we just mentioned, Plantronics, Logitech and AK Racing, all on board for this season again. Please follow them on Facebook and Twitter, all the social media things, and if you happen to buy one of their products, let us know that you found out. Well, let them know that you found out through Cybergame, because you know what that equals for us. If they know that they're getting value out of us, our community, because we're putting it into them, then they're going to be more willing to put more into esports in Australia and really help develop our scene. So make sure you get on board. These companies have been generous to give up products and money towards this wonderful season that we're going to have at CGPL.
Yeah, and they've been supporting Cybergamer for a fair while now. I think pretty much every season that I've been involved has had Mwave as a sponsor in some aspects. I think this is the first time they've been the name sponsor. So bringing up the goods.
But it is time to get into the third map. It will be the knife round of determined size. The first map went to Jam Gaming, 16-14 on Dust 2. The second map went to Team Immunity, was it 16-5 in the end?
Yes.
On DE_Inferno. And it was a pretty impressive performance from Team Immunity, and now they look like they want to swarm in this knife round on the Jam Gaming. I know you love casting the knife round, Jordans. It's your favourite thing, isn't it?
Yep.
Call the shanks.
It's my favourite thing since not casting knife rounds.
I see. It's going to be like that, is it?
It is.
So the sides have been determined. We'll get started very shortly. I guess it's also pretty pertinent to mention here as well the prize pool for CGPL. Over $12,000. It's monstrous. Really good. I think actually it's more than that if you include Smite as well. But it's over 12,000 for CS. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
I think it's 12,500. First place of CGP gets 3,500.
Mm-hmm.
That much I'm sure of.
Yeah, it's money for Jam if they were to win.
If they were to win, yeah.
Get it?
I wonder how much jam you could buy with $3,500.
Well, it depends what sort of
How
jam
much
you
is it?
buy.
Yeah, how much is a jar of jam? I don't really
know how much it.
I don't eat jam, okay?
Jam. Right.
Not really.
Okay. We'll just wait for the
Like $5.
Yeah, it depends on the sort of jam, but $5 for jam is probably about right. So if you want to do the maths, it's a considerable amount of jams. It's $20 in a. What's 20 jars for $100? So what's 35 times 20? Maths in public? No.
I don't do maths. Jesus.
It's a lot of jam. That's what it is.
Let me get my calculator out.
35
35 times 20 is 700.
700 jams.
You know, jam. It's not even like jam. The org isn't even about jam.
Yeah, it's
just a minute.
Yeah.
But
just a minute.
I think at this point they might need to like change their logo to a jam jar or something.
Just a minute.
Yeah.
We're not Jam Gaming. Yeah. But hey, if you want to abbreviate to something that is well known, unfortunately the casters are going to take well advantage and make appropriately sticky puns. Jam is sticky, Jordan.
I got that.
I just wasn't sure. The silence was deafening. It was so quiet you could hear a jam lid open. We'll be getting underway shortly. The players.
I hope we are.
Why is that, Jordan? Come at me,
digressing a little bit.
Digressing a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good to see that you're not immune to my puns.
What's even going on?
I believe the players are just sort of discussing strategy and whatnot. Actually, I can confirm the delay. Sniper needs to jump into the coach position, so we're just making sure the server's set up so that he can't watch what Jam are doing and get the inside word. I guess pretty obviously the first half at least was all Moe's on Inferno. Not too many highlights for Jam Gaming. Was there anyone who stood out outside of Moe in the server for you on Inferno?
No, not that I can think of off the top of my head. Obviously, we had Steve in the first map, but wasn't really able to repeat those heroics on Inferno.
James was pretty good in that a good couple of rounds towards the last few rounds of that second map there on Inferno. But yeah, I agree with you. It was pretty bleak for Jam Gaming. Not as bleak as I predicted. They were able to bring a little bit more. Bring a little bit more to the table than what I was expecting. But the good news for you all is that the fill is over. And you'll now get your fill of Jam and Team Immunity going into the third map of this best of three, CGPL Autumn 2016, brought to you very proudly by mwave.com.au. T-side for Jam. CT side for Team Immunity. Ricky heading towards mid early on. And pretty standard setup, really.
Well, the first thing I noticed here for Team Immunity is they have 2 kits.
One on each side, is that right?
Yeah. But I mean, normally you only see one, right?
Yeah, at CSGO that's probably true. I used to buy one. I pretty much habitually buy a kit and pistol round at CT. And then I get smashed by no armor, aim punch. But, half the time you're a one bullet kill anyway. Ricky just floats up to the top of mid. I don't think he actually saw Steve there, and it's going to be an A fake. And it has drawn both Ricky and Imagine over towards the A bomb site. But like the previous fake, it hasn't really worked that well. Willie Case has got himself into an interesting position at sandwich.
Needs to be careful that Moe doesn't pick out of Palace and spot him. He's making his way slowly across the side. Spots out the player in connector, but Ricky too sharp with the USP there. Just takes his head off.
This is going to be a brutal blade play from Emag. That's perfect.
And look at this. This should be a pretty good result here for Team Immunity. You've got Zeusy up there still on apartments. Hasn't been spotted out just yet. Finally gets spotted. And actually, the trigger discipline not working out too well for him in that situation. Probably should have gone for some shots a little bit earlier than that. But in the end, Jam are going to get the bomb down on the B-bomb site. And the retake is coming out here for Immunity. Ricky picks up another head, but he goes down straight away to Steve. Moe now, the player of the map on Inferno, does get a 1-for-1 trade. Goes down though. And now it's down to James in a 1 versus 2 situation. He decided to go for a Glock, being that he is in a bit of a close range situation. More so than anything else, seeing if he can get anything done. But it looks like Jam playing this one to perfection. The bomb ticking away, and James really has to make a move now. He's got a kit to work with, but he just doesn't know where to look. Jam making a perfect job of this. As you can see, James goes down. The first round goes to Jam.
I thought that was going to be curtains for Jam when that bait play came through with Emag and Zuzi there. But Zuzi, like you mentioned, possibly holding his trigger finger back too long. Or rather forward, because of course he pulled back to pull the trigger. So, but Immunity buying up double scout Ricky and Moe. Their sniper team, of course, sniper are still on the team, but in the coach role for the first time. 3 AKs and Adam Galil on Jam Gaming. So they're probably, and given the defensive nature of their positioning, a little bit wary of what may lay ahead of them.
Okay. It's a pretty default setup here from Jam at the moment. Just trying to peek in towards mid at the moment, try and see what they can get done. James takes a little bit of damage for doesn't manage to land any of those shots with the Deagle there. So Jam come out slightly ahead from that, but really nothing to write home about at this stage.
Moe's doing the jump spot, and he's probably going to try and play the bait scenario here again. He gets a little dink there, and Jam just not having it. Willie KS drops out of Palace, takes down the first. Gets tagged from the scout though, but the push is on from mid as well. James getting taken down here. It's going to be an easy plant now for Jam, and this will be the round for them as well, I feel. Control of the map, control of connector, control of the CT area via a smoke, and Immunity opting to save the investment that they put into this round.
I don't mind this, how they're holding the jungle there. They have that little double stack almost, catching one of those players off guard. I'm not sure who it was that went down. Badge.
He had an AK as well, so and that's a big one because now Ricky's got an AK rather than a scout. And whilst Ricky is great with sniper rifles, and the scout isn't as good as an AWP, and he's pretty damn good with the general rifles as well. So with a KS and he's left on 3 HP.
What's he doing? Practicing his tapping?
Yeah, it's a great weapon to tap with the Mac 10. But the second round going on board for Jam Gaming. Just a minute. And we're going to have a quick pause. Let's see what's going on here. So the AK is saved. So Emag's going to take that and buy armor. And we'll just have a quick look at the scoreboard and get a good appreciation for the money scenario. So going into the third round, Emag will pick up another 2,400. So he'll have 4,300. So he'll have enough to buy armorless with an M4 and probably a smoke grenade, I think it will be as well. So he'll have enough to eke out a buy here. So that's pretty good. I like the play there and giving him the weapon.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much to say. We've only been two rounds into the map.
Yeah, the pistol.
You can't only read so much into it.
The force buy. Well, I guess
Sniper's still having a bit of trouble with that coach spot, so I don't know. Hopefully, in future, the coach spot will be fixed.
Hopefully, yeah. No, that's certainly true. It's a great feature, and if you're out there in a team,
it works.
Yeah, it's a great feature. It does work most of the time. I'm not quite sure what is going on here, but if you are in a team out there, having a coach is a really good tool that you can use. Someone doesn't have to be an experienced coach by any means to be able to fill that role. Just having an extra set of eyes on what the team is doing overall can be very helpful in your team's development. So consider that if you're playing along at home. But for now, stay with us. Jam Gaming, up 2-zip on the third map. Of course, being in the third map in the best of 3, it's 1 apiece. Team Immunity taking out Inferno, and Jam Gaming taking out the first map on Dust 2.
Alrighty, the all-important third map. We'll see how it goes. Jam do get a trade there. Steve picking up the second frag as well. So a 2-for-1 at this stage in the favor of Jam as they enter in towards that bomb site. That Molotov didn't work out too well there for Badge, but regardless, they are going to have control of the site, and the bomb should be going down any minute now. Steve taking his sweet time, but eventually getting it down here on the site. And now Team Immunity... Zusi picking up an easy frag there onto Willie KS as he runs through CT. I'm not 100% sure what Willie KS was really trying to do there, but nonetheless, gifting a frag over to Team Immunity, making it back to a 3 versus 3 situation, and now we'll see whether or not they can pick up this retake. They do have pretty good post-man position, so this is going to be tough. Steve picking up a double kill as well. Now it's down to Moe, and he's only on 14 HP, so this is all over Red Rover, but could have been an opportunity for Team Immunity there.
That big 4K there coming out from one of the players. I think it was Steve. So good to see him getting back into his fragging prowess. It was shown on Dust 2. Buy coming out, no AWP, of course, due to the force buy in the second round from Team Immunity. And 5 AKs as well on Jam Gaming, having lost a couple of players in that last round, and their money scenario is not the strongest. It's not bad by any means, but they've managed to take mid control now as well. But it's one thing to take mid control, it's another thing to exploit it and use it properly. Email getting dominated by that Molotov. Actually, no, he dropped a smoke. He's alright.
So Jam again trying to pressure in towards mid. They've got a couple of players there. They do have some reasonable mid control. Got the smoke in towards window as well. They do need to be careful though. There's a couple of Immunity players spotting in towards connector. So if they do opt to go there, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Imagine as well up on short. So a good crossfire setup here for Immunity if Jam decide to go in towards connector. And Ricky, in the meanwhile, has picked up the first frag onto White, who's trying to lurk out on towards the A bomb site. Doesn't work out for him. Ricky picks up Ghost as well. And Jam now just stuck in the connector. It'll be Badge to find one through the wall there, but he goes down there to James. Willie, in the meanwhile, had picked up one on the B bomb side, and that's where the bomb is headed. It's a 3 versus 2. There's a pretty long rotate coming across here from James, so they might be able to get the bomb down okay here if Imagine doesn't stop it, which it doesn't look like he will. He's putting in from short. A good sort of a setup here for Immunity. They're coming from multiple different directions, so this is going to be tough for Jam, but Steve gets one. Now in a 2 versus 1. He picks up the first frag, does need to find the second here onto James as well, and this is the classic Mirage B play, peeking around the bomb side around B, trying to find each other, and it's Steve to pick it up. It's a 4-0 lead already for Jam Gaming on map number 3.
Yeah, easily and well played there by Jam Gaming, just playing off the timer there and the positioning that they had in the map, and stepping out when he felt like it, and the Pika's advantage as well, closing it out. Yeah, great play there from Jam Gaming, actually able to use that mid control reasonably well to try and push onto A site, but Steve picking up James at the start of that round as well. He was trying to play an aggressive angle on Palace, but it was not to be. Ricky is now going to lurk there. But it's just a play in a default, Moe pushing as well. So Immunity starting to try and find holes in the default. This is what they're trying to do in this round. Being an eco there, a little investment. They're not going to throw away a whole bunch. But they're just trying to find out what Jam like to do on their defaults. And then try and use that information going forward into the next couple of rounds.
Moe's trying to get a pick here. He's be able to get it onto White. Brings it back to a 3 versus 4, but still, the weapon advantage here for Jam definitely in their favor. Oh, and Ghost going to get a free kill there onto Imagine as well. Looking good for Jam to be able to close this one out. Obviously, being an eco round from Team Immunity, as you say, it's not going to be too difficult for them, but, you know, still, it's going to be nice for them to be able to get up 5-0. It's always a nice number. Nice round number, you know.
The Popo, the 5-0.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
Zuzu just floating around in mid there. Just hoping to find something on the way out. Badge is potentially going to fall victim to him, or he's his only real potential victim here. He's sitting on the top of the fence, so he's looking the wrong way. Just unlucky on the timing there. Like you said, 5-0. And unsurprisingly enough, AWP on Ricky.
As you would.
Yeah, well, you're Ricky. You're one of the best AWPers, if not the best AWPer in Australia. You've got
Looks like he's going to be heading to
5-0 down. Yeah.
And they're going to send James up mid as well.
Yep. In fact, this is a good change.
It doesn't matter really though, because Jams decided to go towards apartments, so this mid aggression from Team Immunity really not going to play too much of a part, unless we do see a push from Jam in towards mid. And I agree with the decision. Like, obviously Jam's been putting a lot of pressure in towards mid, so not a bad option for Team Immunity, as we see Imagine picking up the first frag of the round onto White there. But unfortunately in that situation, not applicable.
Yeah, and then Willie KS trying to lurk out on towards the B-bomb side. Ricky's rotated off the window because they had a hunch that there was going to be more of a B presence rather than an A presence. And as such, he rotated across and was able to pick up that kill. And as a result of that, of course, it's like the butterfly effect, or whatever you want to call it. Step on a butterfly's wings and everything changes throughout the round. Emag's lurking in mid and all three players are there. And it looks like they actually want to push up short. No, not quite. Yep, they are going to push up short there as well. So they're going to step into a crossfire of Mwave from the deep into the B-bomb site and Ricky from that window area.
Alright, so Jam seeing if they can get anything done on the B site. Ricky, though, is going to shut that down. James as well coming in from jungle to pick up Ghost. And easy as you like, Team Immunity picking up their first round of the third map. But they need to make sure that they don't get their economy reset here. It's an important round now coming out for Immunity.
In terms of the economy reset, because no one died, so if they have 1400, they'll be able to scrap together an M4 buy after this round, I suspect, or maybe a little bit short on a few people. So that won't be a great scenario, but they'll potentially be able to put a little bit more pressure on Jam, even if they are to lose this one. So again, the mid take is on from Jam Gaming. They've gotten out at least. They've smoked off Ricky, so that's his AWP proven somewhat ineffective at this point. But now again, it's how are they going to be able to use this territory that they've gained? It's not a lot of territory either. They're still fairly deep, fairly shallow in mid in terms of moving towards the CT sides. And there's a lot of focus from Immunity as well. There's 3 players who are ready to pounce if they want to push up into that connector area.
Well, it looked like he almost wanted to push out of Palace once again, but historically on this map it hasn't worked out for him. Ricky, though, will find the first frag there onto Steve out in mid. Already a player disadvantage for Jam here. So things looking okay for Team Immunity in this round so far. But Jam, really, they're not doing a whole lot across the map, right? They got that mid control and they've got connector control, but apart from that, they're sort of just hanging around.
Just waiting, anticipating the next move from Jam Gaming's Immunity. They're sitting still. They've still got 5 alive. There's no panics here. Got not a lot of utilities, but enough to do some damage. And it's going to be an A execute, and it will be Badge who's going to lurk up from the mid connector if he can get through.
Alright, looking okay for Jam if they can get onto this A bomb site. They do pick up the first frag of the skirmish, I suppose, and not a very good spray down coming out from James, but he's gifted a kill there from Ghost. Perhaps Ghost should have stopped the bomb plan and turned around and taken him out, but everything went wrong for Jam there. Perhaps a breakdown in communication. Ricky will find the final frag of the round, and gee, I think James might have been a little bit lucky to get away with a double kill there.
I think he was actually kind of stuck on the ladder there a little bit, because his magic is a little weird.
Okay.
So he's almost lucky that he managed to get a double kill, because he was sort of on the ladder, I think.
Yeah.
I'd have to watch it again to be sure, but I'm reasonably confident that was the case. So, pistol armor buy for Badge and just pistols and some utilities for Jam Gaming overall after losing their second round. But they are 5-2 up, and the score is 1 apiece in the best of 3. In Mwave CGPL Autumn 2016 season kicking off pretty strong, I feel, across the board, not just
yeah. Has been some pretty interesting games. And speaking of interesting, it's Imagine to find a kill there onto White. Ricky picking up Willie KS, and Badge looked like he was going to go down there, or Steve was going to go down, but in the end, Imagine is the one to get dropped. It's back to a 3 versus 4 in the favor of Immunity. They should still rather be able to close out this round here pretty easily. And Moe on a really nice lurk here up mid. Is he going to spot anyone out though?
Why walk with your knife out?
Yeah, I question it every time, but it's going to work out for him in that situation. Picks up one. The grenade coming in here as well might do a lot of damage. Not enough to get a kill though.
That should be a touchdown every day of the week. Anyway, he's going to get the kill regardless on Ghost, finishing him off there and picking up his 3rd kill for the round. 3-5 as well. Bringing up the number 3 yet again is the scoreline. And we're just going to do another quick pause. I guess Team Immunity are sort of willing to give up easily. You know, they're quite happy for Jam to expand utilities, taking a little bit of mid control, but they're not really allowing them to get right up into deep into mid underneath the window area and then start to perhaps boost into window and that sort of thing. They're not allowing them enough territory to be effective, Jam gaming that is. So it is a pretty good display of understanding of the CT and the map and how it works from Team Immunity. And just bringing up the scoreline, you've got 2 players on 10 and 4. That's Ricky and Steve leading from the front on either team. And apart from that, we don't have anyone who's really showing a great deal. The buy is going to come out this round from Jam Gaming, as we are going to get rolling back into the freeze time. Pause has been cancelled. AWP on Steve again. Still holding the AWP is Ricky.
All right, map number 9 coming out, or not map, round even.
God, map number 9 would be
Map
dead.
number 9. Let's have a big map pool, some more customs, please.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see one eventually in Australia. No, anyway, round number 3. The flashbang coming into mid. Pop flash from Willie, but the smoke is there. He's not really going to get much done, and actually there's not really any real control into mid from Immunity. You can see Ricky there in Connector spotting in. Oh, he's going to get taken out there by Willie as well. Just kind of in the wrong angle was Ricky there, and Willie able to spot him out. But wow, White, that was interesting. Through the smoke almost. I think there might have been a hole in the smoke, and he got that.
Smoke, yeah.
Yeah, really nice work though from him. But James is going to trade it back, and getting a double kill as well. So bringing it back to 3 versus 3. As I say that though, Willie KS will drop it back to a 3 versus 2 in the favor of Jam, and they're probably looking to close this one out because then they'd be able to, get another win on the board. But as I say that again, Zeusy.
Yeah, so the rotate came on there from Ghost. He's legging it to B based on the kill that Willie KS got, and now he wants to go back towards A, so he's done the full lap, but still lurking at A ramp is James. He heard the drop, and he's going to hear Steve coming through. He's got 35 seconds. Sorry, correction, Ghost coming through. He's got 35 seconds left. Now he wants to go back to B. In fact, I don't know what he wants to do. He's like, do I go A? Do I go B? No.
All right, one of the Jam players has already picked up a 2 versus 1 clutch. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Badge.
Mm-hmm.
No, it might have been Steve. Anyway, regardless, we'll see if Ghost can repeat those heroics. Doesn't have a huge amount of time though to get into a reasonable post-plant position, and it's going to be his undoing there as James just picks him up easily from jungle.
Yeah, and a great 4K overall from James. The first 2 baiting around, and he's just looking for an AWP or something. Or an AK. Yep, 2 AWPs. Not good news for Jam Gaming.
Here we go. We spoke about it before the map started. The double AWP setup coming out for Team Immunity. Is this going to be the first time? No, we saw a little bit of it on Dust.
Yeah, no, we saw it a couple of times on Dust too.
Yeah.
It's either on Inferno, which is reasonable because you don't want to play with too many AWPs on Inferno.
No,
you get
yeah.
a little bit, you get bogged down somewhat. But Mirage is a different beast. So Steve will be going up against 2, and that's being a Ricky and Moe with the AWP. Moe has the spawn, so he's going to take the mid pick. Ricky's probably going to try and go aggro on B here, and waiting for him will be Willie KS. But he's picking up a little bit of information here in terms of where some Immunity players are. He knows that one person's down in that underpass sort of area, I think. No, that's short, in fact.
Oh, Ricky, sharp with the AWP there, and that should have been a battle that Willie KS should have won, but nonetheless, Team Immunity will go 1 player advantage so far.
And just like the first map, Team Immunity crawling their way back into it. They conceded one less round in that initial flurry, only 5 rather than 6 this time. And they've pulled it back to a 4-5 scoreline at this moment. James getting a kill on White somehow, and that's going to cause a B push, which is interesting considering... Oh no, Zuzi's holding B now rather than Ricky. He's been all over the map.
Alright, so the B bomb site hit coming on here for Jam, or perhaps they're going to get mowed down by Zuzi. We'll have to see. The first kill goes to Zuzi. Is he going to be able to follow up? Ooh, Ricky! I don't think he hit the shot there. Looked like it was pretty close though. Unfortunately, not able to do too much, but still, the immunity rotate has come across, and now Jam in a pretty dangerous situation. Badge does manage to find 1 kill there, but Emag and James to close it out there for Team Immunity, bringing it back to a 5-5. So 2 sort of runs of 5 rounds in a row for both these teams, and at the moment, Immunity have the momentum in their favor.
Momentum and a little bit of bank built up. Their economy is looking reasonable. Emag a little bit low, and he's a little bit low on the scoreboard than he's usually used to. He's usually keeping up level pegging with the likes of usually the second place player on that team. And it's Eco again, a pistol armor on 1, but mainly just pistols. And it's going to be an A Palace hit. It's going to be a flash or a flash out from Palace, and a smoke from ramp, and then off we go. Didn't work.
Oh, good Molotov coming out here from James. He's going to slow things down in Palace there, but they decide to run through it. It doesn't work out well for them. James picking up a double kill. Moe, in the meanwhile, picks up 1 onto Ghost as well with his AWPs. So a really strong hold on this A bomb site coming out for Team Immunity. James finding the 3rd for himself in the round here, and ooh, nice shot from Badge. Isn't going to land the 2nd shot though, and now James, keen for his 4th frag of the round, is pushing straight into Palace, and we'll pick it up as well. 6 on the board for Team Immunity now, and 6 in a row.
Yeah, James's Molotov doing a lot of damage. It caused 2 players. They had to come out. They had to go one direction, back or forward. Forward was their choice, and it was pretty much going to be a death either way, I feel. So 5 AKs again, not opting for the AWP this time, Steve. That's Steve the player, not Steve our producer, of course. And they're trying to take a little bit of mid-control again. Moe getting a little bit caught out at the bottom, and he's tagged pretty down, or he's lost a 1/3 of his health, and the rest of it goes.
Steve gets a big entry frag there onto Moe. White, in the meanwhile, has picked up James too. So the mid-control for Jam has been pretty reasonable this map so far. Now, hopefully, they're going to be able to make something of it in this 5 versus 3 situation that they found themselves in.
A-site was completely open there for a short period, based on the push that James had and the focus that Immunity had on mid. They could have strolled in, no worries, but it wasn't the case. And Willie KS is now doing his best lurk onto the B-bomb site. Potentially, he might find the information that he's got nobody waiting for him. Certainly a little risky. Or should I say a little Ricky, as he takes the kill. And instead, White and Jam is going to wander out. And we're back in the scenario where Jam Gaming are just like lambs to slaughter, wandering out onto bomb sites, no flashes, no nothing, and just getting turned into Jam.
This has been the issue for Jam throughout pretty much this series. Even they've been able to pick up the early advantages and get a couple of early picks in the rounds, but for some reason things sort of just fall apart in the mid game and towards the late round as well, and they just lose a few crucial picks, and that allows Immunity an opportunity back into the round. And they do still have an opportunity to get back in here to 2 versus 3, but look at how low a couple of these players from Jam are. It's only, you know, a reasonably low amount of HP for 3 people alive. They do have some good post-plant positions though, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade there. That's fine there for Jam. They keep that player advantage. This grenade could do some work. No, not really. It only takes about 12 HP off Ghost, which is not going to be enough in this situation. Zuzi in an almost unwinnable position here. Now needs to just try and do what he can, but Ghost peeking around the corner with the ult. We'll pick that one up. So 6 now on the board for Jam, equalizing the scoreline. But again, that round could have been a little bit cleaner.
Yeah. Interesting. You made a very valid point there. Jam seem to sort of get... It's a bit weird. They get sort of caught up a little bit in mid-round scenarios, but then seem to pull it back again. But yeah, potentially need to maybe an execute or two. I mean, they didn't have a lot of utilities last round. Perhaps a little bit of an execute might be able to get them onto the bomb site a little easier, at least, and maybe not losing 2 people. But anyway, 6-all is the score, as you mentioned. Third map, first one going to Jam on Dust 2, 16-14. The second map going to Team Immunity 16-5 on Inferno. It's going to be a B attack this time. And White has just been snuffed out on the A bomb site. That was the only potential decoy that they could have. And decoy ones will be Jam, trying to work their way through underpass into mid to at least pretend to fake towards the A site before heading towards B, ultimately, as we know from where the bomb is placed.
Alright, a nice little kill coming out from Willie KS. Ghost as well picks up Ricky. That's an important frag here. Wow, Willie KS jumping out of apartments. Picks up Imagine as well. The B bomb site completely open for now, but Moe is rotating across pretty slowly, just making his way through shop at the moment, waiting for this smoke to dissipate. They don't know that he's in there, so he might be able to pick something up. James picks up Ghost as well, lurking around on the A bomb site. And again, that's one of those situations where Jam really don't need to lose that player.
Yeah, but it's not going to have a big impact on this round, as James has been spotted out by Badge, who shoots him in the back of the head, picking up the 7th round for Jam Gaming. Just a minute, and second last round. Full buys coming out on both sides, except for no, everyone full buys, full utilities, whatnot, head to head, mano e mano. Yeah, another interesting round there as well. Ricky picking up the first kill yet again for Team Immunity, but not able to hold it off there.
Willie just fearless, charging straight into B apartments. They're going to throw a molly towards Van and backs off a little bit, but he's going to push the smoke again. So he's really keen to get these duels in apartments going on, is Willie. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad decision, because he's been getting a reasonable amount of victories there as well.
Yeah, he's just probably overusing his utilities a little bit this early on. He's got a 1 minute 15 left. He's only got a flash, so his ability to fake at B is somewhat limited now. But a late mid control comes out from Jam, and they're trying to push their way down through the connector. They've taken mid pretty well. It was effectively unguarded by Team Immunity. And it looks like, based on the setup, we're coming back towards A now. Yeah. We're going to come back towards A3, pushing up through that mid area and trying to get into potentially window area. Lots of running around. Not a lot of actual information being gained by Jam just yet. But White sneaks out, gets the pick onto James.
The early picks have been favouring Jam pretty, you know, reasonably often actually on their T side so far, so that's been good for them. Ricky, though, will trade it back, bringing it back to a 4 versus 4. But there's some... Oh, okay, that was a little interesting. Steve deciding not to check Sandwich and gets taken down easily. Had the bomb as well. It's going to be a trade here for Jam, but perhaps could have gotten away without losing Steve there. Oh, and that was a little bit sloppy as well. Trying to plant the bomb without clearing CT, and it's going to allow Zeusy to pick up a double kill. Ricky as well, closing it out there onto Badge. So, all in all, I think that was a pretty sloppy round coming out from Jam.
Yeah, it certainly fell out of the jar there for them. You love it, Jordan. You absolutely love it. You wouldn't have it any other way, would you?
I'm done.
You done? Okay,
yeah.
Catch you later.
I'm going to have Vegemite now instead of Jam.
Oh, that's rude. So you're in immunity bias, eh?
Am I? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if you don't like Jam.
Alright. Oh, wow. That was uncharacteristic there coming out from Ricky. Willie is going to be coming up victorious in that situation. Gets a second entry as well onto short. Might get caught out here by Zeusy. Does take a little bit of damage for his trouble. But now, is it going to be Zeusy? Yes, it is. Zeusy picks it up. And Moe on the A-bomb site brings the numbers back to a 3 versus 3. So again, that's the kind of situation where Jam get that early 3 versus 2. Rather, they get those advantages and then lose a couple of players and sort of have to make do in the mid game. There we go. Ghost picks up Zeusy, and now Moe only on 12 HP, not really going to be able to do a whole lot.
Has to go for it regardless, being the last round. 1 versus 3, 12 HP. That's 4 per person. That's all they got to get, Jam. Ghost is on 48, and Steve knows what is up and finishes off that round. So taking a slim lead on the T half, 8-7.
Still a very good T-half there
Yeah.
from Jam, though.
Yeah. Highly respectable. You'd be happy with that. Picked up one more round, there'd be smiles all around, I suspect. But this is going to come down to the wire, potentially. We're in the third map here. One apiece. Best of 3. Immunity
Did we do
winning Inferno.
predictions before this? I don't think we did.
No, we didn't get around to it. We're probably too busy talking about our favourite flavours of jam. Mine's apricot. What about yours?
Strawberry.
Oh, yeah.
Coincidentally, I also like strawberry yogurt.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Slow B push from Team Immunity. Just the one person in Zuzi just wandering out on A side. It's barely defended there. And
Ricky getting the first entry. He'll swap out for a USP, and that might have been his undoing. Allowed White to get a couple of extra shots onto him, and Moe will trade out White. So it's not too bad of a result there at all for Team Immunity. Jam, though, are going to get another kill courtesy of Badge on the A-bomb site. That was Zeusy trying to lurk around. And it's a 3 versus 3 retake, but not really any utilities here for Jam to work with as they try and get back onto the site. They do have a defuse kit, but again, it's the bomb's been ticking for a reasonably long time already. I don't even know if this is possible for Jam to get in, get the kills, and get the defuse, and it's definitely not going to be possible now, seeing as those 3 kills go over to Team Immunity.
Yep, not even managed to get the 3 kills before they could even think about potentially defusing the bomb there. And tying up the scores, Team Immunity now 8 apiece. And will the prowess of Team Immunity, will the pedigree come through in this last half that we'll be seeing tonight? Potentially last half, if you count overtime halves as halves. We'll get to that. But again, quick mid presence. We saw this on Inferno. Very fast players on their eco, and they're going to potentially catch out this A hold, which is a triple stack towards the balcony area, but not in balcony. And they're lining up for Zeusy there. He's picking up 2 on the eco. Moe picks up 1 on the bottom of the mid. Ricky picks up 1 as well. So 1, 1, 1, and 1 makes 4. Just alive for the 5th is Jam White. And he's doing some 360s there in the shop. To no avail as Emag fixes him off. 5 alive left there from Immunity, importantly, as well. So starting to build out the economy, particularly on Zuzi with the triple kill. SMG, $600, money in the bank.
Money in the bank indeed, and they're going to hang on to a couple of those, or a few of those SMGs even as well. So we'll see how that works out. They're going to go for a very fast mid-strat, a double nade, or even might have been a triple nade, I'm not sure, in towards the window. Not really going to do too much damage there to Jam, but Imagine will take down White as they enter on towards the B bomb site. Ricky picks up Willie as well in the van, and this is going all in the favor of Immunity. James and Zeusy chiming in with 1 apiece as well. And now the final frag will go to James. 5 alive again for Team Immunity, so money in the bank once again, Mike.
Yep, and now they're going to upgrade. Ricky upgraded to AWP. Steve has done so as well on, Jam Gaming side. Slim margin. In fact, Ghost is coming up with the AWP as well. He's got no utilities whatsoever there, so Ricky getting a great pick on the Ghost, and there goes $5,700 straight away. But Steve trades back on EMAG. Not all is lost thus far, but the advantage, of course, going towards Team Immunity in this scenario, 4 versus 4. The defense getting a little stretched there. You can see White's going to be on a long rotate. James made his way into...
Oh, there's an easy kill for Badge as he spots out James just lurking around in the smoke. And Willie KS as well is going to pick up Zeusy and Ricky. Not quite going to have enough to take down Moe, but gets him down to 12 HP. So not a bad result for Willie there on the A-bomb side. Badge comes in for the janitorial duties from Connector, and around on the board for Jam, so they pick up the first gun round of the second half.
But because of all that not dying in the first couple of rounds, they had 3 people not die in the first round, and then everyone was alive the next 2 rounds. Ricky's able to afford an AWP again, as well as full AKs and really good utilities for Team Immunity, so the pressure's going to be kept up on Jam Gaming. Steve gets a shot off, but mid control has been absolutely wrestled off Jam Gaming. Now Immunity have everything. Emag's got right into the connector straight away, and there's still 30 seconds on the clock. Zuzi now getting into the ladder room as well, so all over the place. And Zuzi making it pay there. Emag picking up one of Connector as well. And this is just getting a little bit iffy for Jam Gaming.
Looking a little bit dicey now in this 2 versus 4, and they're both on the A bomb site. The bomb heading over towards B. So I'd have to say Jam going to be keen to try and save this one.
Yep, the pace of immunity in mid, just getting into that. That's the difference there. If you want to talk about the difference between Jam Gaming's two-side and Immunity's two-side here on Mirage, the fact that not only are they taking mid, but they're actually getting deep into mid. We saw James getting into the window previous round, not working out for him. But Zuzi there getting up into the ladder room early in the round, Emag and Connector, and then the city is just not expecting it. Jam just not expecting it. They're just walking through and just straight into the crosshairs of waiting Immunity players. So you can see the difference between getting to the top of mid and then actually being able to have an effect on the round. Immunity getting right there deep early on. Susie with a great shot on the badge there, and he wants to pick up the last one as well, and he will do exactly that, taking the guns away from Jam Gaming. That's a big economy hit for them as well. But yeah, moving deep into mid, you can see how much of an impact it's had on Jam Gaming's ability to defend.
Yeah, it has, and unfortunately for Jam, losing those 2 weapons is going to mean that they're going to have a very dodgy looking defense in this round. Only the pistols, 1 CZ, 1 P250, and a flashbang invested into this round. So really not putting a whole lot in here is Jam. So we'll see what they can do with it. They have had some pretty reasonable eco rounds coming out. That was mostly on Inferno though. So we'll have to see how this one works out for them on Mirage.
They had some great ones on Dust too as well, don't forget that. But at the moment, it's, like I said, it's not a Mexican standoff, but it's a sort of standoff of some description. And again, Emag's just waiting in this connector area for somebody to get a little bit curious as to see what's happening going on. And Zuzi's worked his way up into this ladder room again, but White just pops out at the perfect time. Emag picking up one. Gets dinked, but gets the second kill as well. Ricky chiming in. So we're on to a 4 versus 2 now in favour of Team Immunity. But they haven't actually gained a bomb site just yet.
That's true, and they look like they're heading towards the bomb site that has the 2 defending players left on it. We'll see what happens here. It's going to be looking like almost a wraparound. Not a very good Molotov coming out from Moe, getting blocked by one of his teammates there, and that's going to slow things down for Team Immunity. Another opportunity for Jam to find something. They do grab 1 kill there, and this final player, that's White. He's in mid. Gets a bit of damage across to James, but he shouldn't really be getting anything much more done in this situation. We'll manage to escape out through underpass there, but I mean, there's not really much point, I think, in saving that CZ. Does he have any ammo? Maybe that's why he ran away.
I'm not sure. It's not on the viewpoint of him at the moment. James
Yeah,
is
he's not pulling his gun out, so
yeah,
can't tell.
The old knife walk.
Suppose a knife walk is better than a ammoless gun walk.
Well, an AK is better than nothing at all, so he's done pretty well for himself here.
Yeah, he has.
Immunity. Can't vote, but Ricky might check it. No.
Oh.
There you go. White.
Very good.
Outwits Team Immunity. 12-9 is the scoreline. Team Immunity just starting to stretch this lead out a little bit here. And that AK buy, or that AK pickup, is just convinced that, convinced the Jam Gaming chaps that they are going to in fact put an investment into this round. Steve has AWP. Oh, look at this pace again by Team Immunity.
Yeah, but this is really nice from Jam. They get that boost up into ladder room, and it's going to allow Badge to pick up a surprising kill onto Immunity. But Ricky, once again, coming up with the goods for Team Immunity as they push on towards the B-bomb side. He picks up that double kill, opens up the round, and now Jam, again, in a very dangerous situation, a 3 versus 4 retake on the B-bomb site. And, yep, I was going to say Willie KS looks like he's going to get taken down, which he does. Badge, though, pick up Imagine, and Ricky, finding his 3rd for the round, is surely going to shut things down. Badge, once again, going to try and find himself in a situation where he can try and save.
Steve just threw, excuse me, Steve just threw that orb away. As soon as that 3rd kill that went on there was no reason to go for it. But yeah, it's just there's no reason to go for it at that point. You're in the 2 versus 4, I think. With like 10 or 15 seconds already wiped off the clock. and you've got no territory in the bomb site whatsoever. It should have been a save straight there with 13-9 down at that point, or about to be. It's not really a percentage play there. So forced back onto the eco again, not having saved a single gun from that round, and it's 3 straight out into A on this occasion. Immunity are just doing what they like on Mirage, Jordan.
Yeah, they certainly are, but still 9 rounds on the board there for Jam. It's something that they can come back from, and they're going to pick up a kill there. It's going to be Willie KS, though, going down to Imagine. Moe, in the meanwhile, has picked up Badge. So what started off all right for Jam has started to slowly disappear in terms of this round, and also, I guess, the map. They started off at 5-0, so Immunity bringing it back quite well. Now Ghost will try and do something, but that something in the end is going to amount to nothing as he gets taken down. And 14 on the board for Team Immunity. Having a look at the economy here for Jam, they are going to have enough to buy up, but it's not going to be a perfect buy. Oh, it's going to be pretty good. They've got a reasonable amount of utilities. Badge and Ghost just a little bit lacking, and there's not really the head armor across the board, but again, not too big of a deal on the CT side.
Yep. Double AWP set up as well, so but that's been quickly dismantled again. The pace of the mid control that's been gained by Immunity on several rounds now is just really disrupted Jam's ability and just to even like remotely grasp onto that territory. But that AWP kill, that trade out there has worked out pretty well. Ghost picking
almost trades out Ghost there, but Ghost just luckily hiding behind the box. Now they have some reasonable intel as to the locations of Immunity because they know exactly where Ricky is.
He's gone quiet. He wants to go back for a pick later on, but lurking up through underpass now is Moe. He's going to come to connector, but will he get spotted out by Steve or not? Well, yet to be seen. He does not, and this could spell bad things for the A site defense from Jam. Although positionally speaking, they're okay.
Yeah, Willie will probably spot this out. You'd have to expect. Maybe unless Moe goes into jungle here and heads around through CT, then it's going to be interesting because Ghost will be in a bit of a dangerous position. He has been checking in towards CT every now and again, but if he gets the timing wrong, he'll be in trouble. All right, have a look at this. Willie KS popping out. Good flashbang, taking him to complete wide, but he managed to pick up Zeusy anyway. And a quick double kill comes out for Immunity. Moe picks up Steve. And Ricky picking up Willie KS. So now back to a 2 versus 2. The bomb not yet planted. Only 15 seconds on the board. So if Immunity get this one down, that's going to be good for them. They're just going to get it in time. So now Jam are going to have to go for the retake. Wide in a pretty reasonable position. This is not too bad for Jam. They've got some reasonable options coming from different locations, and now they just have to find this final player. It's Moe now into a 1 versus 1 up against Ghost with the AWP. This is down to the wire. 15 rounds on the board. A possibility here for Immunity, and it is going to be a reality as Moe closes out the round there for Team Immunity.
Well played there. And it's one of those scenarios for Jam that even though they managed to win that round, their economy would have been pretty harsh and the pressure would have kept coming on from Immunity. But now they're on the cusp of winning their first series in the Mwave CGPL Autumn 2016 season.
Okay, well, Badge, he's going to get a quick double kill. Nice spray down coming out there. Ghost as well will chime in with one. Does take a bit of a headshot or something. Oh, not a headshot rather, but a bit of damage from Ricky rather for his trouble. But still, Jam clinging on by the skin of their teeth at the moment.
Any kills that Immunity get here is just going to make it harder and harder for Jam to keep the pressure on them. 15-9 the score, so it's do or die time for Jam. They're going to have to pull out 6 rounds in a row, including this one, even they're in a 4v2 win scenario. Ricky can never be counted out.
Yeah, and well, it wouldn't be heartbreaking if we saw these 2 final players from Immunity just slowly dismantling things for Jam, as they have done so many times before in this series. But looks like they're going to rotate off and look to save perhaps that bomb sitting on the A bomb site, so they're not really going to be able to do too much with that.
They don't really need to save here.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I don't think they need to, but...
I'll only get 1,400, so they should be able to buy at least They could do pistol armor at the very worst, but they've regrouped
Roy's
here.
got 12k, so
Yeah.
anyway, they'll push the smoke here and see how it works out for them. And in the end, not going to work out too well as Steve gets the double kill. Good spray down with the FAMAS. 10 on the board for Jam. Still 15 there for Immunity. They're going to have a full buy here, I'd say.
Yep.
Yeah, looks like it.
Easy. Well, we still got 5k, so yep.
Reasonable amount of nades as well, so good stuff for Immunity heading into the 26th round.
A little bit of overconfidence perhaps, and they're going to sit back onto an execute rather than just a dry run onto the A bomb site, lining up the smokes now. So they feel like there's a weakness here in the A side at the moment. It is slightly weak. Well, not slightly weak, but there's only 2 players, and Willie KS is playing the knife walkout game in the middle of nowhere, not really doing a whole lot at this point. Of course, with the benefit of X-ray, we can see them coming through.
Are you hacking mics though?
No, but Go TV is.
Alrighty, well, Team Immunity taking their sweet time on the A bomb site. They've allowed a player to rotate completely in towards T-spawn. If Badge gets a reel on, he might be able to catch them from behind. And even if he doesn't, as they start to enter on towards the site, he can make his way down there through the ramp area and come in behind him. This is not looking too good at all for Team Immunity unless they get onto site quickly and get some positions. And as I say that, it is Badge doing what he needed to get done, gets the kill onto Ricky there, bringing it back to a 3 versus 4, make it a 2 versus 4 as Willie KS picks up Zeusy. Imagine James will pick up a responding kill, but still the players from Team Immunity are surrounded. They'll need to fight their way out, and fighting their way out is what they are doing as Imagine picks up 1. Willie will trade out James though, so it's a 1 versus 2 now for Imagine to deal with. Can he close it out? Is the question. The answer is no, as Willie will close it for Jam, and that's 11 on the board now. So still, they live to fight again another day.
Choosing to go for an eco this time, pistols, and a few utilities on James. See how they think this one should go, and they're going to opt back for this mid control, which is working out really well for them earlier. But Steve says, no, thank you, picking up a double already. He's keen for the 3rd. Is he going to get the 4th? He tags him down as well. Unlucky Steve. But still, a very effective round for Jam Gaming. 5 alive.
There's another buy coming out here for Team Immunity.
Mwave this time rolling with the AWP, which is fine. A quick check of the scoreboard as the players get into their desired positions for the start of this round. You can see Badge and Steve sitting at the top, and Ricky and James for Team Immunity there as well. So default back on again. Smoke some actually being used this time in mid rather than a blind strategy, and Ricky picks up Steve. That was a palace push there as well, and gets the second one. The A side has been busted right open here by Ricky. The rotate comes in as well.
That was very painful from a Jam perspective, almost looking like a triple kill for Ricky, but in the end, not going to happen. Having said that, though, he gets the job done. The B bomb site is completely open as well, so Jam just all over the place at the moment, and they are going to have to rely on this 2 versus 4 to do anything. Make that a 1 versus 4 now, as it's down to Ghost, who is trying to make his way across the B bomb, trying to spot anything out, but he hasn't really seen anyone. There we go, spots 1. I think that's the bomb carrier as well, which he's managed to drop. Not really going to play too much of a part in this round as there's still a minute on the board, but he brings it to a 2 versus 1. He's down to 22 HP though, but still an entirely doable situation. Zeusy on 10, an easy kill. If Moe misses the shot, it's going to be possible, but no. Zeusy peeks around the corner, picks him up. And that is going to be Team Immunity picking up the 3rd map, 16-12.
Yes, so in the end, Team Immunity coming out the victors 2-1 in this best of 3. And the scores being on the first match, a little bit of a surprise start, really, for us tonight, with Jam Gaming taking out Dust 2 16-14. And then from then on, it was the Team Immunity show, although putting up an admirable fight at the very least was Jam Gaming on Mirage, although Inferno was a little bit less. So it was 16-5 on Inferno, the second map. And that was at 16-12 in the end there.
I believe it was.
So,
I mean, like Jam played a lot better than what a lot of people probably would have expected. As you say, very respectable job.
Yeah. So yeah, well played for them, and they've shown that really, and this is something that a lot of the talent have been saying for a while now, in the chats that we have as well as on streams, that this season, CGPL and Mwave 2016 autumn season, it's so tight. Like, it's so hard to really establish. We're probably going to see as the season progresses, some of the teams who have got part of this reboot that happened are going to develop a little better, and potentially we'll see it to start to draw out. But at the moment, God, it's a crack of a competition.
Certainly is. That's the that's the beauty of Australian Counter-Strike at the moment. Obviously, that massive shuffle has kind of, thrown everything up in the air, and everything's landed on the floor basically in a massive jumble. So we don't know where it's going to go at the moment. We are starting to, I guess, see some of the teams starting to make their mark on the top end of the scale. The likes of Fighting for Freedom have put up a Legacy, regardless. That's the team that I'd be looking at the moment. They seem to be the one that's on form. And, you would have to obviously mention Team Immunity, but off that back of that performance today, they didn't look perhaps as good as they should have. And I guess
who have Legacy beaten thus far?
XL5.
And Salty. And who was the other team they played? Control VP?
Might have been Control VP, I think, yeah.
So XL5 is a reasonable victory, and it was a pretty dominating performance. But XL5 haven't been putting up impressive results. They haven't been really pushing for a while now on the top. So I'd still put question marks over Legacy at this point. I don't doubt that they are going to move forward and probably be in top 2. That's my prediction for them. But at the moment, don't get caught up in the hype because they haven't lost a game yet. That's what I'm sort of getting at. But
the hype's what I'm all about. You know that.
Yeah, I know that. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up for tonight because it's getting quite late. Thanks very much for tuning in. Of course, remember to subscribe to this channel and the CGPL event channel if you want to win the CG Polo. It's going to get drawn Sunday night. That's follow. If subscribe to this channel and the CGPL.
Not this channel. The CGPL event channel.
All the stuff goes. Cyber Gaming generous enough to put that money back towards us casters and help us get to the LAN, etc. So you also get a free month of premium if you're a CG member. So thanks very much for your support if you do choose to. And of course, get into the Netgear Nighthawk X4S giveaway. All the details are on the website, cybergamer.com.au. And yeah, all you have to do is watch the stream and enjoy the esports that's on display. Jordan, thanks very much for joining me tonight.
No problem. My pleasure, as always.
Yeah, we'll see everyone again. I think we'll have the...
Well, we have the Citadel match tomorrow. Yeah, Citadel and Incept. I don't know who's casting that, but it will be streamed tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Probably on CGPL.
Yeah, I'd say so as well. And following that, on Sunday, we'll see some more action. This week 2 kicks off of Mwave CGPL Autumn 2016. Big thank you to Mwave, as well as all the other sponsors, Turtle Beach, Netgear, Logitech, Plantronics, and AK Racing. Thanks very much to those guys for their support. Make sure you support them, follow them on all the social media websites. That concludes tonight's. Any last thoughts, Jordans, before we head off?
Nope. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at @ElfishGuy and at MikeStar with a 1 and a 4. But apart from that, we'll see you guys on Sunday. So thank you very much for tuning in, and good night.